Tarnation TV. Welcome, everybody. That's who we are. My name is Blaine, and this is my friend Brad. What's up, man?
Hey, buddy. Not too much, man. Looking forward to calling the first Josh's Eggs touring series that we have ever called.
Yes, at SMO Racing Simulation.
Yeah, and on a new track that I've never seen.
The whole thing is cool. Yeah, SMO Gaming Simulations contacted us a few months ago if we wanted to broadcast the SMO Speedway. So they have their own track, and we're going to broadcast that live this evening. And it's a cool track too, man. It's 1.7 miles in length, and it's pretty quick. So it's going to be a lot of fun calling this race. So yeah, thanks to the guys at SMO Gaming Simulations for allowing us to call the Josh's Eggs Touring Series, also known as Jets.
Josh's Eggs Touring Series. Oh, Jets. Yeah,
Jets.
That's I had one line tonight and I flubbed it. I'm not going to even make the union minimum this evening. I'm going to have to.
No, but very cool. Josh was racing with us over at Talladega Nights, and he's like, hey, I've got my own, he runs, he's in a league. I believe he's part of one of the guys who runs it. We're also in contact with Chris on here as well. And those guys, they're interested in our production quality. And it is among...
Well, I'd like to apologize in advance for it.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I'm going to guarantee you're going to have a good time. But the quality that can't be accounted for.
No, I think it's an illusion of how good everybody thinks this might be.
Because you never know what you're going to get.
No.
Which I think is, you're never going to not be entertained.
No, that's the thing.
Right?
We always make it
always be entertained. Is that double negative? I don't know. English was not my...
Yeah, close enough. Close enough.
We already got chatter in the YouTube. We got Ben Snyder's in there, and Dane, just like in Shake and Bake. It's absolutely Shake and Bake.
Benjamin Schneider, he runs the Maverick Racing Series, so we've got a bunch of league owners watching.
I was gonna say the name is very familiar. I'm starting to learn more and more people in all the different leagues, and everyone's kind of connected in one way or another. Or seems like it's a small world in terms of all the different leagues, but everyone's like, oh yeah, these guys. Or
you'll find a link somewhere. Like if we went over to Bomb Squad, we'd find Silver Bullet, and Silver Bullet was racing with us on Friday, and there's always somebody from somewhere else, if that makes any sense. That'd be a good name for a movie.
Right? You like racing too? Cool. I didn't have any racing tonight. All right. See you on the track.
That's it. This is a cool looking track. I really like the way this track looks.
Is just like, this reminds me of the... Oh no, I was gonna say it's not. I thought it was like the old elongated oval electric slot car tracks, but I see there's a little bit of a jaunt at the end of that one turner. But
right. Well, we do have an overlay. You won't be able to see it, but though the audience will. But some track information. This is a top-down view of the entire facility here, the SMO Speedway in Weed, California, which is 1.77 miles in length. And tonight's race, there will be
1.77 miles.
I know, eh?
That's actually 420 kilometers. 1.7 miles. If I'm doing the conversions right.
I do think they missed the ball in making this a 1.420 mile track, if you know what I'm chucking your way, being in Weed, California.
if you're picking up what I'm putting down.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is very much an oval shape, but it's got what would they call that in this? Is that just a bow in the track? I'm looking at it myself on the YouTube here just to see.
I would say like a dog leg. That would be considered the tri-oval, that little kink in the front straight.
Right.
That little kink's considered either the dog leg or the tri-oval, whatever you want to call it.
You could tell that's the moment when the guy who was doing the paving, he was really doing some day drinking there. He's like, whoops, well, it just looks like this is a part of the course now.
Yeah, you know what? That's going to buff out and end up being a staple at every speedway. Every speedway has it.
People are going to love this.
Yeah,
never
we
seen
promise.
anything like it before.
Oh man, so tonight this league here, SMO, they run no damage. So if guys get into a catastrophic, start plowing some walls, no big deal. They'll need new tires, but the car won't take any damage. And it'll be up to 2 times pit frequency with 100 laps would be 177 miles in length, which puts our pit window into 22 to 28 range.
Okay, I was going to say, yeah, because I pretty much got Talladega memorized, but I have no idea what this would be. So 22, 23 is what you figure?
That's, I got Chris on the horn there before the race started. So usually what I'll do if I'm running a different track besides Talladega is I'll put the wheel on the desk and I'll go for a drive and practice, and I'll see what the pit window is, so I can relay that info. But my desk is full of keyboards right now, so I texted Chris a couple hours ago and I asked him, I said, do you have any idea what the fuel window might be? And he said, give me a sec, I'll go check. So then he went for a drive. He says 22 to 28. So depending on fuel strategies, the length of the race, of course, will come into play too. You're thinking, okay, you've got a 100-lap race and you're running a 22 to 28 fuel window. They're probably going to need to pit 4 times. Well, you're going to need to pit 3 times, I think. 4 if you're really aggressive, right? Because it would be 25, 50, 75, and then the race should be done. So you should have to pit 3 times. So I'm thinking you're going to want to stretch
30 seconds to qualify.
There's Chris there. 30 seconds. Thanks, Chris. We're ready to rock whenever you guys are. Yeah, so you're definitely going to need 3 pit stops, and I'm thinking you're going to want to prolong that fuel as long as possible so you don't have any questions at the end of the race.
Right, and I guess a lot of it depends on. I'm just curious to see how the track plays out in terms of racing and not being. What are we at? 15 so far tonight.
Looks like there's 19 in there right now.
19, okay.
Yep.
So that's
me plus 19 others. Yeah, they average. I race with these guys the first 5 races of the season, and we average somewhere between about. I say we like I've been here forever. I just started racing here this season.
The upper.
Yeah,
the brass.
The brass. Yeah, the veteran SMO gaming guys. But yeah, they're awesome people. I mean, that wasn't too awesome. That car is just been demolished.
I was looking at that at the very first part of that, and I'm going, they only put 3 barrels in front of that concrete wall.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the American
logistics
equivalent of like what WorkSafe BC is like we have up here, work. But I'm pretty sure, it's OSHA, like a OSHA, I think it is down there. And I think they need at least 2 more barrels there, if I'm being
thinking
generous.
A little bit of sand. Your facility is a little suspect, is what we're trying to say.
Maybe a little sign like caution, concrete wall. Just they put a cone out at the end.
No,
that's what it is. Like, hey, if you hit that orange cone, you're a goner.
You don't need to put up a sign, bro. They painted the barrels yellow. See?
That's fair. You know what? If you can't avoid the yellow barrels, then you had no business out here in the first place.
Exactly. So yeah, this is going to be some fun. Yeah, this is a fast track.
That's a pretty snug pit there, eh? Like when they're coming in.
Yeah, I think I've run at this track before. I can't remember. Every track's been around for so long. I can't remember if I've been here or it resembles something else.
Like if you were coming in too wide there, like. I don't know. That'd be I think that may be a point of contention tonight.
Like I'm thinking too, man. Like these barrels, like you're saying, that's a nightmare. Like if you, like in the race, a couple of days ago, we were broadcasting the race, and a driver missed the pit entrance and hit the grass, and then just chose to drive around that pit wall because it wasn't right at the start of the pits. You've got your commitment line. Like legit, like right here. And if you miss, you're going head first into that concrete barrier.
your yard sale. It's done.
You're done.
Game over.
You're done.
Right? I don't know. But like I say, that'll be interesting to see what happens tonight. We got a bit more chatter here. They say, oh yeah, okay. So
Oh,
Ben's
you're reading the
for
YouTube
Joe
chat?
Peacher. Yeah, I was looking at the YouTube chat there. So he said it reminds him of the Armory Digital Super Speedway. I'm not sure.
Okay.
That's you might know.
Yeah, I know Armory Digital. Yep. He's the
And
guy who
then we
made the
got
ICR mod.
Red 84 CF says, "Hello SMO, old member here." We
Oh,
got
yeah.
we got some founding members of the racing league, perhaps.
That's super cool.
All right, and then Ben says if we could get some old NRO 2003 out and start one of these races at some point, right? You get a once a year, it was an invitational, like everybody get like a show and shine and
There's
get together for a
certain
race.
there's certain events too that take that take place throughout the year as well. Like with Halloween coming up, there's going to be Talladega. Somebody took Talladega and they repainted the whole thing with flames coming out of the walls and make it look like a Halloween themed track. Like instead of trees, I
Nice.
think it's fire. I think they replaced all the trees with fire, like stuff like that. So
That's
behind
fantastic.
behind the wall is just these big like 8-bit flame. Because again, it's a 20-year-old game, but it's neat that every year they run a race called Talladega for Halloween, and it's an invitational, and all the cars' paint jobs will be Halloween themed. So you got guys with, Michael Myers and The Exorcist and, pumpkins and all kinds of Halloween themed stuff. I raced a Halloween race somewhere. I think it was RTG. And it wasn't like a Talladega special event. It was just a race that happened to happen on Halloween. So all I did, I took my car, my Great White Bites blue and yellow Chevy. I just took it and then back into the paint shop and I just covered it in blood and guts. So it looked like I ran over a bunch of people.
Fantastic.
So then when I took to the track, a couple of guys came on the mic and they're like, "You going to be all right over there, Donlin?" They were kind of like, I didn't want to make a special car.
I got into the spirit of it.
Yeah.
What do you want from the guy?
One day when I got out of my van at work, it was in the wintertime, and up in Ontario, it's gross in the winter. And it's just covered in mud, right? Because you're going down a couple of dirt roads, and it's kind of winter, but kind of gross. And the mud was all splattered up off the wheels. So I took a picture of it because it's a white van. So I can put that into Photoshop. I can crush that contrast and apply that to like a dirt car to make it look dirty. But I could also tint it red and make it look like blood. So there you go.
That's fantastic.
Done deal.
Was that what you ended up doing for your paint job?
That was it. That was the Halloween paint job. Yep. It's my normal car, but covered in blood.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. And also awesome, that cup of coffee. Do you want one?
No, but I'll go for it. You got a gin and tonic there? What do you got behind the bar?
1 second. Let me check. Let's just see here.
Nope, just whiskey.
I just got whiskey, yeah.
All right, well, I'll just have more whiskey.
Okay, cool. Just give me a sec here. Do you like, is that enough?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well, you need, wait, one second.
Leave the bottle. Don't put it away. Let's not be rash here.
All right, there you go. There you go, bud.
Oh, man. Good guy.
You know what I say? Why put whiskey in a glass? It's already in a glass. Exactly. When you buy it at the store.
There's no need to involve cutlery.
No.
And, silver, china into this.
On screen
do you
now.
Want to do some more dishes, or you trying to do dishes, or are you trying to drink some whiskey? Just give.
Yeah, just get a straw. Give you a straw. So on your screen right now, we see the Jets Season 4 after 5 events points standings chart. Holding 4th place down, Blaine Donlin in the 72. That's all that really matters.
That's what I'm hearing shouldn't you be racing tonight then?
I should be, but they paid us to broadcast it, so I took the money.
That's fine. You're sold out. You're I like 4th place, but you know what I like better? Cash.
You know what I mean? Like Benjamin Schneider in the YouTube chat, he runs a league. We can be bought.
Yeah, we have a price and it is low. It's lower than reasonable.
It's yeah. If you're gonna do like a one-off race, it's different than like Talladega Nights gets a deal because they sign us on for a whole season, right? Like Jeff will run, like for instance, the I'm on Fire season or series, and it's like an 11 race series. So then you get a few freebies.
Right, and we also get like 5% of all the back-ended merchandising and likenesses. So
yeah,
it hasn't paid off yet.
It's getting there.
Fingers crossed.
42 more years to probably get there.
Someone's going to come across this, and we'll finally get over 1,000 views on one of our videos, and be like, "That's it. Send these guys." Well, it'll be in the future. So like, send them a space dime, which will be the new currency. I don't know.
Yeah, something like that. I just noticed.
Sorry, what'd you notice?
At about 9:29.
Chris is just talking to me there. 9:29.
Yeah, that way we can take the green right at 9:30.
Perfect. Yeah, man, we're live and ready to rock. So I'll just wait for that 10-minute timer to run down, and then we'll let her rip.
All right, man. Sounds good.
Yep, I'm waiting for it. I'll be on that drive button as fast as I can.
All righty.
That's Mr. Chris, November 19 car. I just noticed on the graph there for the season's points, way on the far right, they've got the team names. So drivers might be on the same team or whatever you want to do. Like if you had a teammate, like I can see Mountain Motorsports. There's a couple of drivers on Mountain Motorsports. Would be what?
Okay.
Viper and Jamie Tedder. But then I don't have a team. But it says -72. So I think that's pretty funny. Now, so do you want to know why?
Well, because like it's like metal. I don't know. That's
because my pit crew ever, like within the last probably 5 or 6 years when I really got back into this game full time, I didn't want to paint a brand new pit crew every time to match my car. Like, why spend another hour painting a pit crew when I can just copy and paste the same pit crew over and over again? So what I did was I made like an orange pit box. It was like an orange pit crew, and then my pit sign is the Typo Negative logo. One of my favorite bands ever, like top 5 favorite bands ever. Which, if you were watching at the start, of course, when it says the broadcast is now live and it starts playing that song and gives you like the highlight reel clips of the track, that's a Typo Negative song. So I think it's funny that because the logo is just a circle with a minus sign in it. So the fact that they put negative, my team name is -72. I'm thinking that's how they got it. They saw my pit sign was a negative sign and I run a number 72 car. So that's kind of cool. Cool story.
That's way better
song.
than my thought, which was like they just kind of think you're just a general negative in this series, and so they couldn't. I think your idea way better. That's a lot happier ending. I'm sorry, I went dark.
I think I like yours better though. That's way funnier.
I'm like, who would think that about you, my bestest friend? Only I can say stuff like that, not these guys.
No, yeah, how dare they?
Listen. Nobody else can say someone's like, yeah, my mom can be a real bee sometimes, but you can't say that.
A cool thing too about that song, because on YouTube you can't play copyrighted material. So Blaine, how are you playing Typo Negative? That's crazy. They're a huge band signed to Roadrunner Records. How do you play it and not get the video flagged?
You have a writing credit.
That song, there's no lyrics to it. There's chanting and organs and then big gnarly riffs and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Back in like the early 2000s, like late 90s, early 2000s, the WWF actually hired Typo Negative to write a theme song for Kane, Undertaker's brother.
That's right.
And that was the song that they came up with, and it's so good. And if you've ever seen Kane's entrance, that full version of that song, it's called Into the Fire. It would sync up so good with Kane's entrance music. But they decided to go with Finger 11. some hot single on the radio in like 2002. They went with that song. I'm like, you went with Finger 11 when you actually had Typo Negative make a song specifically for Kane. And they didn't use that song. They went with a radio song from Finger 11.
Polling really good with kids from 9 to 17. And that's where the merchandise was leading them. They're like, guess. You know what? We can match up with Doritos and Mountain Dew, Finger 11, and Kane. And we can sell product for days. Literally, I bet you it had to come down to money. Because why else would they?
I don't get it. Like, yeah.
This song is heavy AF and this rocks like it is. But, this one's not bad. It's a catchy little, pop metal, tune. But it's a banger and they're going to play it all summer. So
and it's
this
so
is
weird.
Where the money is.
Because he's like, like Kane's whole character is like the Undertaker had a brother. And they didn't know, and he was in hell, right? So Paul Bearer, this is the storyline. Paul Bearer went to hell.
Yeah.
Paul Bearer left for a while.
Yes.
Because he was Undertaker's manager. So Paul Bearer leaves for like 6 months. Paul Bearer returns from hell with Kane. And that was let's use a Finger 11 song. Like, come on. I mean, Kane had a really cool song to start with, and then they changed it to the Finger 11 song. But that change was supposed to be that Typo Negative song. So the reason I can play that song on this broadcast and not get flagged is because it never made it on an album. It's just a bootleg. So
can you imagine the discussion that went on there? So Paul Bearer goes down.
I'm laughing
to hell.
Already.
Paul Bearer goes down to hell. He retrieves Kane. He comes back there for Kane. He's all new. He's back from hell and he's ready to fight. He comes out on stage ready to fight. And when the song's about, so we have this really slow, doomy metal, like just banger of a track by Typo Negative. It's like, oh my god, that's amazing. That's like probably the scariest, most heaviest song I ever heard in my life.
It's scarier than Undertaker's song.
But wait, this one, check this out. That one's cool, but this one's gonna make us a mill. And so he's like, hear me out. This is a song by an angsty pop metal band
from
about
Canada.
How they're not impressed with going out to nightclubs and the caliber of people, and they would rather be home doing something else. And then he meets a vapid chick that he can't stand, and she both can't stand him, and then they don't know what they're doing. They're wasting each other's time. What do you think of that? He's like, no, how much again? He's like, well, 10 mil. He's like, that song. That's the song right there. Because
they can sell it, because they can put it on the soundtrack. That's exactly what they're going to do.
What else could it be? That's so stupid.
It is.
Like the song, like I forgot all the lore behind that because I haven't watched wrestling in over a decade or more now. It's fantastic. Yeah. Of course, everything. But yeah, and like it's literally just like a pop, rock ballad about. I think it's just like, from what I remember, because again, they play on the radio up here too because they're Canadian. So like, we have a hit song. You know what that means? By legally in Canada, they have to play 30% of the music has to be Canadian content. Yeah. So we end up hearing that Nickelback, about 14, maybe about 7 tragically hip songs on repeat.
That's totally fine.
There's that
I'm
one
fine
song
with that.
by the band Chilliwack. She been gone. That one.
Oh,
you hear that one a lot. And then some Rush. You hear about 6 songs from Rush, and then that's legally what we're allowed to listen to in Canada until the king dies, and then we can, maybe the new monarch will allow us to rule over some different radio tunes. It's ridiculous.
Apparently, that's bleeding into YouTube too. That Canadian content stuff.
Everybody, they want us to make sure that you get your daily dosage of YouTube. So you're going to see our smiling faces. Not only going to just have to be forced to listen to us, you're actually going to see us on there. Where in Canada, you'll legally have to watch us.
Yes, exactly. That's so funny.
That's funny.
Well, you know what though? We'll take it.
That makes forced viewership. You know what? You can't say we went out and purchased bots. No, this is people are doing their patriotic duty.
Yep.
Through. Sorry, that really made me.
That is funny.
Oh,
I brought up the qualifying list. I just totally forgot we could actually stare at the screen too.
Yeah, I got on there. A minute left. Hang on. Sorry, you go on and do that. I'm going to quickly refill my water. Be right back before this starts.
Yeah, buddy. So the qualifying this evening, the pole sitter in the 910, Jamie Tedder, with Viper behind him in the 24. The 85 of Josh 2, 25. Oh, what's McGuire's what is M Squire? Your first name, Mr. Squire. Marty Squire. Everybody's using their Roger Nebelsick. We gotta get used to some of these names here. See, I've got two different screens with the names on here. D. Jordan, John Wall, Chris Akin. We got Peacher in here as well. Musa, Frank Baum, Garland Oaks, Townsend, Kiara Reynolds, C. Frost, Monty Keller, Andrew Miller, and Jim Jernigan. Now, I do actually have all the full names on my other monitor, but that was the order in which the grid will be placed here in less than a minute. We'll be going racing. It's going to be a fun race tonight. Like I said before, we can flip this over to track info. We've got 100 laps on the clock. No computer opponents. I always wondered what that would be like. Put like 15 AI-controlled cars on the track. It'd just be a demolition derby. Anyway, damage level is none. Yellow flags are on. The setup is fixed. That means all drivers will be racing the same exact setup. And of course, your weather down the bottom. There is no weather. It's a clear 70 Fahrenheit with no wind. Some leagues do run realistic weather. Some leagues do not. This will be one of the ones that do not. And that's what SMO Speedway looks like. 1.77 mile speedway, pit road speed, 50 mile per hour. Oh, I have not run a lap on this track, apparently. Oh, this is a brand new track. They just updated this one a couple days ago.
Okay,
Thank you for joining
what
us.
had they upgraded from this one? Just like when they changed like the textures and stuff like that, would that count as like not having raced it? Or
I believe there was some texture things and something and some other stuff behind the scenes, I do believe, just to kind of optimize it a bit better. It runs really nice, this track. Like I'm getting some pretty good frame rates on here.
well, that's good.
What do I got? 130 frames per second right there.
Holy smokes!
Oh wow, we've got that wall. You know what? That wall might end up being a character. It might end up being a character in this race. Those barrels at the end of that wall.
I think so. Like it's
like, you know what,
looking forward
guys?
to it, but I think that's going to keep things interesting.
Yeah, we
in the
see you
YouTube
guys.
chat,
Oh, yep.
Benjamin was saying that Maverick does not run realistic weather either.
Yeah, most leagues don't.
No, it's especially if you didn't put your snow tires on. Then
Yeah.
you don't want to be drifting around the. I wonder if that's ever. No, that probably would have never occurred. If it was snow, they would probably call it an account of snow, or there's maybe just not snow.
Oh no, they would
that must
never. Yeah, they would never do anything with snow.
Even with how much with rain? Because I'm super ignorant to all this, but like in
They
terms
do
of
rain.
how. Do they do rain to like a point? Like if it's torrential, they'll call it, or they'll just no matter what, they'll just race through it.
That's a good question. I know that they have. They do run in the rain now because they run at a lot of road courses, like a lot of street circuits and stuff. So they do have rain tires, and they got one big wiper, and they got big red lights that flash on the back of the car so you can see through the mist and stuff.
Yep.
I would assume it would eventually get to the point where if it was raining and it was dangerous, they would call it. But they are set up to do it. So there's the call. Driver, start your engines. As the pace car, which looks like a police car tonight, will take us to the start of this race. A half lap parade lap, so we're getting going green pretty quick.
Okay, so definitely a lot. Not, I guess the track's shorter. Everything's only half a lap, so then get right down to it.
That's it. Yeah, the half. There's Chris in the 19, Chris Akin. Hope I'm saying your name right. We've got a couple of cars on the pits. That might be Kiara. She usually just watches from within the game.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. Yeah, she's sitting on pit road, so she'll retire once the race starts. There was another car in there, though. Jim Jernigan. I wonder if he's able to make the grid. As we roll around here, the pace car will get the heck out of the way. And we will go green flag racing here at SMO Speedway. Thanks again to SMO Gaming Simulations for the chance to call this race. It's going to be a fun one. Here's what we look like in South Park form.
Exactly.
Now,
We pulled it before. We tried with our real faces, and then we dropped down to 0 viewers. So nope. Let's soften the edges a bit. There turned out there wasn't enough. We couldn't get a face app to make it work, so we resorted to cartoons. And you know what? Pretty fitting.
We lost subscribers when we put our real faces up there.
Well, then I think, you know what? Plus, those faces right there, you could put those faces on a T-shirt. I'd buy that.
Oh, I would. Oh,
I mean,
who's
yeah,
that
because
back
it's us,
there?
but I mean, I think, oops. You hear that?
That was Dick Jordan. He smacked the wall coming out of, I believe that was turn 3. I got to get used to this track and the cameras as well. Trying to find my favorite camera.
And this is, did you
turn
get?
2, so that would have been turn 1.
So this is a custom track, so there's no real TV camera, so to speak of.
Yeah, I mean like whoever made the track can edit the camera files. So these ones are pretty good actually, because Chris again edited these camera files and just sent them to me a few hours ago to upgrade the ones that were actually shipped with the track. So they might have been a little too tight, so we probably zoomed them back a bit so we could see some more stuff.
Well, that's cool. Yeah, no, I was gonna say because it's like a completely different, from what we've seen before on Talladega or even other tracks like that. So I was just curious. Like, I guess if you build a custom track, you have to figure out where to place it best. So.
Yeah, and how to, look at these guys, man, nose to tail. I think this is the Craftsman Truck Series physics. It doesn't look like they're lifting much going into those corners. They are right on each other. That's Jamie Tedder in first place, and then 910 behind him with Viper. Looks like we've got some ribbons on the track. Conditions are still under green. Yeah, racing with these guys the past 5 weeks, it's actually they are really good. Bunch of really talented drivers in here. Marty Squire in the 25, Josh 2 and John Wall next to each other there in those green cars. Roger Nebelsick. See, I've got the first initials on the game screen, but we got yellow flag. So we will go into replay mode here once these guys get this settled out here. It did not happen at the front of the pack. Looks like Jernigan is still sitting on the pits. What do you say, Brad? We rewind those things and find out where the yellow happened.
Let's take a peek and figure it out. Because definitely nothing that we could see on that camera there.
Now, like I said, we saw the ribbons.
Okay, well, we're green here.
And it's green. We're just I got the replay covered up here till I find the moment of yellow. I think it's coming around right here somewhere. There, yellow there. So, who do we have? Who is spinning around? Nobody. Interesting.
Was it a delayed yellow?
It might have been this guy. No?
Oh, there was a smoke cloud up there.
Yeah, strange. I think maybe it might have been a self-spin. And then whoever it was... Well, let's let the people see here what we're doing here. Trying to find out why the yellow came out. It's just interesting. I haven't been able to. Let's see here. Let's grab pit lane 1. Let's get way up here. Yeah, see, so there's smoke over there.
But no cars where the smoke is.
Yeah, weird. We're going to find it.
Ghost car. Just in time for
caution through it because of the
Halloween
incident that occurred a lap or two before that. figured it probably should have been a caution.
Oh, okay. Roger that, Chris. Thanks. So something happened and the caution didn't come out. So they threw the caution because of this right here, I think.
Oh.
So that's why.
Oh, wild, huh?
Yeah. So who is this? That is the 27. So we're going to jump on the 27 and see what happened there. So that's what it was. Frank Baum. Yeah, the caution didn't come out for this. See, because Frank come out on the track, but there was nobody coming to hit him. That's why the yellow didn't come out.
Oh.
But as an administrator, the admins on the track, they can control cautions.
Oh, okay.
Well, they can throw them, but they can't take them out. Like, you can't end a caution, but you can definitely put one out there. So that was the reason for that. So thank you, Chris. He got on the whistle. I am connected with Chris in the 19. Where is he? Right there. I am connected with Chris in the 19 on a Whisper channel, so he can speak to us if he has to. So I think we would have eventually found that caution because we had to go into drone mode there to see what the smoke was. Get that wide angle view. These cameras are good, but they're a little bit too tight. But that's why we have the Tarnation drone.
Yeah, I guess it's, from what we're used to anyways, right? It's a little more of a claustrophobic shot on some of these ones, but...
I mean, they're great action cameras, but when you're trying to find something like that, you're too tight, you can't see it.
No, absolutely. It's like it captures the essence of the racing for sure. There's no helicopter one in this.
I blame aliens.
Oh, there is there. Okay.
Yeah, there's always a helicopter. You get the same.
Not great for the broadcast, but for finding stuff.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, there's the same set of cameras for every single track. It's just in the game.
Oh,
but
okay.
The track creator controls where all the cameras are, except for helicopter. I've actually never seen the helicopter camera is always the same, but all the other cameras can be changed, I believe. I mean, even the ones that are attached to the car, they never really change those. It's usually really just TV1, TV2, and Spectator.
Gotcha. SMO.
Spectator's always a good one. The SMO Speedway was created 111 years ago today. So it's the 111th anniversary of this track. And it was made of cobblestone up until last week when they paved it. This is no laughing matter, Brad.
Just a week ago, it was nothing but. You can still feel the bumps under the...
in a week they paved over all the cobblestone? I'm like, no, the cobblestone was laid by hand. The asphalt was also laid by hand. 3 dudes did it. Less than 7 days. Crazy.
That's amazing. That's one for the record books. Yeah.
The story's been told, but nobody ever really wrote it down, so it could be totally fake.
But I mean, alternatively, it could be very, very true.
That is also correct. I just figured out why I got a little bit messed up on where the turn number 1 and everything is. The pit road is on the back straightaway. Did you see that? So there's pit road on the back, and then there's a pit road on the front, because this is the front straight we're coming around to right now.
Okay.
And there's a pit road here too. Right? So this front pit road, the drivers don't pit on that pit road. Okay. Gotcha. I'm following the pace car just for a second. Yeah, this pit road is not being used by the drivers. I gotcha. So the drivers are pitting on the back straightaway. That's interesting. That's why I was
so it
calling
looks like
turn
just for
1,
the pace
turn
car.
3. Yeah. Yeah, the pace car needs a whole, 600 yards to himself, apparently. Your race leader, Jamie Tedder, has led every single lap this evening. 8 laps in total. All led by Jamie. We should go through the field here. Let's go through the field. Let's get on the leaders, see what these guys are running. We got Jamie Tedder. We got Viper, Wall, Squire, 2, Nevillesick, Akin, Musa, Feature, Oaks, Baum, Miller, Keller, Frost, and Jordan. Nothing wrong with the Caterpillar
There
car.
you have it.
If you drive a Caterpillar
yeah.
or DeWalt, always an awesome paint job.
Yeah, it's a nice contrast. Yellow
Yeah.
and black.
You know what else is an awesome paint job?
One that you did?
No, actually didn't paint any of this. I just picked a random car. Andrew Miller, 47, Loctite. Fellow broadcaster from Top Dragster. So we're broadcasting this. Andrew broadcasting Top Dragster. He's racing in here. We've got Seth
He's racing
Cole.
and broadcasting?
Sorry?
Sorry, he's racing and broadcasting, or he's just racing here and broadcasting elsewhere?
No, he's a broadcaster, but he's racing tonight.
Oh, I got you. Sorry, I misheard there. Okay,
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, it's just so interconnected, all the different leagues and
there's always a link.
broadcasters, and you race, you broadcast.
Mm-hmm.
You're
There's Joe Peacher. We've seen him over at Talladega Nights. Same with Garland Oaks right in front of him.
yes.
There's number 4, Carl Tom Musa.
They're grouping up a bit here.
Yeah, we got
Everybody's
some
kinda
side
got
by
back
side
together.
here. We have finally had a lead change, and we missed it.
We did.
We're going to go back and find it. Let's go back and find where Viper overtook Tedder for the lead.
Oh, right here.
Here's the instant replay. He sneaks into the
Sneaking
inside.
right
Got a
over.
wicked run.
Got the old slingshot.
That's how you do a clean pass right there. These guys are wide open. I don't even know if they're lifting. He barely got in front of him. That is a really, really nice timing on that pass. And coming out to turn 4. Go back to live here. Oh, we've got more smoke on the track. Am I seeing more smoke on the track? So we're still under green, so I'm going to go ahead and say maybe. Oh, look at that.
There you go. It's like,
Tedder.
okay.
He's like,
Were you
I
planning on
see what
using
you
this
did.
spot?
Yeah. It's exactly how Viper passed him the lap prior.
Yeah, well, he
And-
learned pretty well. He's like, hey, and then just going to keep leapfrog again here, right?
Yep. I'm going to bring up the statistics for the season real quick here just to see whereabouts Tedder is. He's in 11th position right now overall in the standings. With a top 5 finish, 3 top 10s, a couple of DNFs. So some bad luck for Tedder, but he's definitely showing him how to do it here at SMO. Speedway.
Right? Only issue is early on. That's a lot of that's a lot on your plate for the next 84 laps. If you got to
Yeah.
hold that, I mean, obviously you can't hold it for forever. Obviously, you got to pit, but still, even right now, I'm like, okay, I did 2 laps of that. Somebody go around me. I'm done.
Sometimes
My
that's what
shoulders
they
hurt.
do,
I'm
yeah.
all tense.
Mm-hmm. And tire wear. You know, you don't want to drive the tires off your car.
Oh yeah, never. Again, so longer race,
Yeah.
shorter track, but
With
we
the
don't often see that. Oh,
Yeah, with a 20 to 22, or was it 22 to 28 lap window on the pitting.
yeah.
I don't know what tire wear is like on this track. Oh, what's going on back? I thought that was smoke. It's not. I just realized it's the lights casting shadows. That's Roger Nevillesick in the 51. looks like he got a little loose coming out of that one corner, got up really close to the wall, but he might just like riding that high line because he's staying up there and he's not really losing much space.
Some people are thrill seekers too. They just love to just see how close they could get it.
I'm one of them.
Just you know where your mirror would be if it was there.
Once you know where that wall is, you're going to use the whole track.
Yeah, just as long as you don't slip on any of the loose material at the top. Look at this, like four wide.
Oof.
Saved it.
The 25 big save. I think he took a hit on the inside wall, but we don't run damage here, so a lot of checking up going right now.
Right, a little bit wobbly over the middle of the pack here.
These guys are pros, though, man. That's how you do it.
Oh no, it was a deft recovery for sure. Just like, all right, well, nobody wiped out and everyone kept going. So
yep, we'll rewind that and get another replay of what happened there. Probably leave it in helicopter camera as they're coming through. It's 3 wide on the front row, which quickly turns into 3 wide in the second row, and then they just run out of real estate.
Oh, he got bumped.
He squared the wheels up when he hit the wall, though. He didn't really lose much speed. He only went down to 165 miles an hour.
Yeah, not bad at all.
Yeah.
I mean, considering no damage and the fact that he was able to recover like that, and I mean, obviously he dropped a few spots, but
and good call there too.
With all the anger inside you now, I'm like, oh, you bumped me, you rat.
Rapscallion.
Yeah. Now rapscallion. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. And then you're like, you just carry that inside you and let that fuel your anger. Just race your little heart out.
There's a heads-up play there by the 028 Monte Keller. He backed off a lot to avoid running over the 30 car there of Chad Frost. I'll get you back live here now. Still focused on Chad Frost in the 12th position last time around. These guys, man, this is awesome. They are not pulling away from each other.
Oh,
Andrew Miller to the bottom. It's that bottom line, but, are you going to chew up your tires?
Like he was on a laser just right over.
I can tell already the way these guys are racing. This is a really good track, multi groove, because the guys on the inside are holding that inside. The guys on the outside are holding the outside. Some guys are even running the middle of this thing, and they're all sticking really good. So whoever built this track did a really good job.
Yeah, no, this is amazing racing so far.
Mm-hmm. Got Garland Oaks taking a lead. He led the last lap. A lot of really good battle going up front here. We got to stay focused up here. That's lap number 2 led by Garland Oaks. Oh, it's slipping.
Oh.
He's slipping. That's what they call a slide job. Drag a little bit of brake to regain control of that thing.
Oh, look at these guys finding that gear on the top line.
Yeah.
From that camera, it looked like they did. The
9-10 of Tedder. He got into the wall. He might get glued to that wall. Yeah, I think he might have got glued to that wall. It did. It pulled him way down in speed. What'll happen is that's kind of like a game thing where if you touch the wall like that, it'll slow you down. Yeah, they call it the wall glue. He just got off his line just enough. He drops from 175 miles an hour. Look at that speed plummet right down to 120 before he regains control. That's unfortunate.
Oh, man.
And the yellow is out. While we were rewinding to look at the replay, we get to do it all over again.
Where did it go? Oh, right there.
Yeah, I think that'll be it right there. I'm going to go out on a limb and say I can probably take over right here and get a pretty good shot of that. Wow.
Oh. I mean, man. Thank goodness no damage is on.
Yeah. That was quite
Somebody
the hit.
lose control. I'm gonna have to go overhead to see that one. I think to ultimately rule. Like, if we're casting aspersions here, I need to make sure, like, when I'm pointing the finger, I want to make sure I'm just.
Yeah.
Hey, it was your fault. No, okay.
You need just
so
cause.
He got a little wild into the wall.
Yeah.
And then he tried to avoid him.
Yep.
The green gets a little loose.
It's John Wall.
There, little bump, and just then there goes
Andrew Miller.
He drives off. So you know what? The white and blue. I wasn't sure who that was. They actually made out like a bandit there. I thought they were gonna eat a whole bunch of snot on that one, but like they
White
got
and
hit,
blue?
and then they're like, "Yeah, watch him go through."
Monty Keller. Oh, is this worth an in-car view? Let's do it.
Either in car or just like close up, just to see, because like I thought they're goner, and then the recovery is beautiful. Bring a tear to your eye. Well, oh no, you game over. Nope.
Yeah. Good call. He lost control, but then he got the bump to speed him back up again. That's funny.
I don't play a lot. I'm not a bowler, but I believe in golf that's what they call a fortuitous bounce.
Right.
Oh, Jeff's on the YouTube chat there. What track is this? This is the SMO.
It's the SMO Speedway.
SMO Speedway, yes.
What's just happened there? I think, is the red flag out? Everybody was headed to the pits. Oh, the red flag is out.
Red flag?
Yeah, the pit crew official. Everybody was headed.
The helicopter landing.
Yeah, they landed. It'll land in the infield. So there may be. Okay, you see this pylon right here? This is the commitment cone. You either going in or you're going out.
Yeah.
Some drivers might get black flagged right here because some guys get inside that cone and then cross that solid line. See right there? That's black flag. That's a black flag. That's a black flag. There might be 4 or 5 black flags.
But what would have caused that red flag to begin with, though? Because that was that from that initial crossing?
The red, they closed.
Was that flag out before they went past the cone?
That red flag is the pits are closed because of the yellow. So what that means? See, now it's green. See, now that we're back in live mode, he's green. But I think the problem is too. It's the fact that this track, they pit on the back straightaway. So you're used to, as a driver, when the yellow comes out, you drive around once. So because the pits are on the back, it almost feels like you've driven around once. But you actually have to drive around 1.5 times.
Oh.
But my stats screen, it didn't throw up any black flags. So I think that's kind of weird. But you know what? We'll take it. That's entirely up to the game.
Like, you know what? We're going to let you have this one. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, we got you. We got you, Bice.
Put your feet up. Take a load off. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Forget about it. Pit lane 1, pit lane 2. Can I control pit lane 2 camera? Oh, I can. We got to get the line in there. You got to see the race off. Or do you want to hide behind the fence? Oh, there's a little thing up here. Let's get up here with this guy. Chill up here with this cameraman. Gotta do the Dutch angle. That's always fun.
Look at that.
We'll just change pit lane cam because I can. People are asking why. Why, Blaine? Why? Because this is Tarnation TV and we own it and we do what we want. So John Wall in the 0 car. Sponsored by Josh's Eggs. Much like this series, josheseggs.co. If you are interested in eggs, he has pictures of all those chickens up there.
Do you find out what kind of eggs you're getting? Like that one chicken? Give me that eggs from that one sassy one.
Mm-hmm.
it goes much better with my lemon meringue.
So Shelly's nephew has a big space out in the country, right? So she's got chickens, and then most of them are layers. So I stopped in there one day on the morning. I was on my way out of town through Odessa, and I had some stops up there. So I texted him because I was out of the shop super early. He says, "Oh, drop on in. You want a coffee?" I'm like, "Hell yeah!" So he made me coffee. He goes, "Man, you want to see like the coolest chicken ever?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." He goes, "This chicken's like a dog." He's like, "You can call it, and it'll come out, run, and look for pets." I'm like, "Whatever." So we go walking down, him and his daughter, Lily. She's like 5 or 6. They're calling for Marshmallow is the name of the chicken. Marshmallow, Marshmallow. And you hear inside the chicken coop, there's like 20 chickens. You hear this one going crazy. Runs and comes running through the pack, runs right out and sits by his feet and lets her pick him up. I was like,
No doubt.
What? I'm like, that is so cool. He's like, "Man, this thing's like a cat. You call it like a dog or a cat. You just call it. It comes running." It's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And none of the other chickens do it. They all stay put. But Marshmallow will just plow through all of them because they call their name.
I've seen videos and stuff like that online, but never in the flesh. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. As Viper, the 24 car there, leads the green flag restart at lap 29. So that was another under yellow caution. So we
When
will
I was
be
a kid, I had
looking...
a cat that followed us like a dog.
Oh, yeah.
And we'd go down,
Was it
visit
Smokey?
the neighbors. No, this is even before then. But yeah, they'd just go down to the end of the block and visit our aunt and uncle down there, and the cat would just come down, sit at the end of the driveway, and then we walk home. Then the cat just follow us home.
That's funny.
Just like, yeah, I'm coming along.
Yeah. Going for a walk with my people. So
Look at this. Back to those 3 again.
Yep.
They're up there just...
Viper has 11 laps led on the race so far, and Tedder has 16 laps led on the race so far. He's currently being shown in 6th position back there behind that McDonald's car of Tom Wissa. This is a long race, though. We're looking at a new pit window now. They just did their pit stops under yellow, so that puts us in the mid-50s. If we run green, mid-50s for the next pit stop.
Which it could be. A couple little hiccups, but nothing major so far.
No. And with no damage, it's more fun as a driver to know that even if you do get in a wreck, you're going to probably need tires, and that's always going to just be the worst of it.
Yeah, absolutely. You're not responsible for, like, oh man, we had, 45 minutes of yellow lap driving because...
With busted cars.
Yeah, all the stuff, right? Even the yellows here are shorter than... Are they shorter than the Talladega, or is it just because it's just shorter laps? It seems why.
Shorter laps probably, and that pit lane thing messes me up too.
Oh, absolutely. Oh yeah, we got everybody in the chat tonight. Mr. Elliott, we got Sean Dotson, Jeff Goodpasser.
Oh yeah, right on. Oh hey, what's up, guys?
The gang's all here.
Yeah. Anything worth talking about in that YouTube chat?
Not really. Those guys are just always yeah. No, no. I don't know. There's lots. I say that because my laptop, the smaller screen, is sitting further away from me physically by about 3 feet, so I can see that there's words there. I can lean in once in a while and I can see whose names are on there, but from here,
Gotcha.
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, thank you to everybody who does join in on the YouTube. We do broadcast to Facebook as well, which is handy. But we definitely we interact more with YouTube just because it works better than Facebook does in that respect with commenting and things like that. So yeah, if you do want to interact with us, then YouTube channel is always the best way to do so. And for the next 9 minutes, subscriptions are free. With a
You're
coupon
so
code.
generous.
Josh's Eggs. Yes.
A true gentleman.
We got Squire here in the 25 car of Folgers. And the best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup.
You take that back.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I know, right? No, I buy
I'm not a
local.
coffee purist.
I buy
I
local.
swear.
I buy local bean here. Well, it's not local
I
to
don't,
us,
I
but
don't
it's
want
a
to sound
local.
like a coffee snob. No,
No.
just
Well, I've got a cup of coffee, but it's our local
poking
roaster.
a little bit of fun.
Yeah,
Exactly.
use your local roasters. They're way better than than Maxwell House and Folgers. That's a cool looking car, though. I like that paint scheme.
That is, there's a lot of really cool looking
They
paint
are,
schemes
yeah.
tonight. Always nice to see some different.
None of them are as ugly as Jeffrey Elliott's cars, but what are you gonna do, right?
That's hard to. I mean, objectively, that's hard to beat.
Yeah. Ooh, we're looking at the Folgers car and Squire, and he's just a little bit of contact there with the 19 and the 910.
What a terrible thing to say.
Yeah.
Look, we just dropped one whole viewer because you're mean.
Probably
Your meanness.
my meanness.
It's like,
Thumbs
you're
down
just
for
going around
meanness.
hurting feelings.
Tom Wissa there in the 4
I don't think we've ever had a thumbs down before.
got a little bit slippery there. Held on to it though, no problem. Just another day at the office.
That's some pretty clean racing.
Yeah.
Everyone's giving each other a little bit of room, though. I mean, except for the very, very front where they're just bumper to bumper. But
Yep. Frank Baum in the 27 scored in 9th and now scored in 9th still. Running in 9th. Monty Keller. Sorry, Monty, I missed downloading your car. I don't know how. But we get to look at this blue generic. Of course, we got Mr. Joe Peacher, the number 5. Jack Dagnall's Tennessee Whiskey. Get it in your mouth.
warm up your belly.
And Mr. Dick Jordan there in the 61 Caterpillar car. If you need heavy machinery, give Dick a call. He'll hook you up with a gigantic excavator. Might be overkill, but they are fun to drive, especially if you don't know how to drive them. They're way more fun.
Half the fun is learning.
Yes.
And then also the other half is just digging some holes and playing in a giant sandbox.
Yep. Josh 2 to the lead in the 85. Josh's Eggs car there. He's led 4 laps today. Looks like it's going to be 5. These guys do not give any room. Like, look at how close that is on that bumper. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I do know what you're saying. 100%.
It's crazy.
Like super close there.
And it's like
Basically
super
touching.
speedway racing, but it's not a super
Yeah.
speedway. That's what kind of gets me, because this isn't Talladega, this isn't Daytona, or any of the other fictional super speedway tracks. Looks like the 910, Jamie Tedder is going to get underneath them.
Well, it's just that's just the thing. There's so much more movement than on a super speedway too, right? Because I was going to say, again, largely due to my ignorance of racing, but compared to Talladega, right? In Talladega, there's 3 by 5 in a pack, 3 wide, 5 deep, or 6 by 3, whatever they're doing. But here you got 2 or 3 people at the front that are like bumper to bumper, and everyone else is giving each other a few feet because obviously there's a lot more strafing on this course. I'm finding a lot more people are jockeying for position. It's much. Obviously it's a completely different style of racing, almost like a different form of it. But it's really cool to watch this too. I like this as an alternative, right? Mixing it up, it's something different, and I think this is a lot more hectic. It's harder to see like at any given time because so much is happening constantly. Like where if there's a big move on a super speedway like Talladega, it's a lot more. It's more about like, okay, you can see something's happening, and then the play happens, and then all of a sudden 5 people break off and make to a second line. Here, this is just like it's tidy chaos basically. Everyone's racing
I was
really
just
nice.
going to say that it's organized chaos because that little move can be amplified on a smaller track a lot more. It seems to happen. It's weird how they're not traveling as fast, but it does seem to happen faster because it is so much more claustrophobic.
I think so, right? It's just, it's a lot tighter, and you say just okay. There's no yeah. Not you're not finding like okay a big line of people are sticking to one lane like, even there. And then to that, I guess that middle lane's all big enough for two, right? So
I mean, you could go 4 wide around this track, really. Garland
I'm
Oaks
just
here and
looking at
Josh
that.
too,
That's
trying
a-
to get a run on the leaders.
yeah. Well, he's trying to get around too. Viper's on like, you know what? I won't mind my spot back up front.
Garland Oaks is under Viper now, side by side, just hanging out right there on that quarter panel.
Now, there's the line for the first time you get that big line along the wall where you're gonna just like, okay, and then some people go right to the bottom from there too.
Right. That's the thing
Everyone's
too. You're
got
trying
their
to
little way.
find.
Some people are staying on the outside, and some people are keeping high, and then other times like they're just. At least for there, because I think there was probably at least a few position changes on that last corner alone, where just depending on who went up and who stayed down, I guess for how much you have. I guess they're not really lifting, eh? 174. They, on the back straightaway, I think they're up to about 185.
Yeah, they might lift a little bit, or it just might be the fact that they're turning in. They might be to the mat the whole time, and that's the thing too. As the runs get longer, as we go on a longer run, the tires wear off a little bit, and then you might see these guys running a different line. You know, where Viper right now with Tedder.
Little door bang in there
Yeah.
between Garland and the guy beside Garland.
Frank Baum in the 27. Yep. New
Frank
names
Baum,
tonight.
there we
New
go.
names.
Exactly. Yeah. I'll catch up. It takes me like 10 or 12 races.
That's a cool car
It's
too,
right.
man.
It takes us all night.
The night tracks too. I always think the cars look so much cooler on the night tracks.
A bit more, yeah. You get the reflections coming
Yeah.
off the windows and the paint. Yeah, the lights. I think it does definitely gets added element of coolness to it. Unless you like live next to the track, then you'd be like, "Shut up!" I'm
Yeah,
trying
that
to
would
sleep."
be. But then again, don't move next to a track.
Yeah.
Oh, no!
Oh,
Catastrophe!
no. This is this is a temporary inconvenience. I won't say
Right.
this is catastrophic. This
That-
is terrible. Like,
that
oh no,
car
this
has been
is at
destroyed.
worst. Yeah. Good news, everyone. We're all right.
He's going to need new tires, but we do have full course yellow. Let's see that again
Coming up.
in an instant replay.
Almost at the halfway point of the race for the first real big front of the pack smack up like that.
Yeah, we'll watch it once like
Oh,
that.
so he just get into his back end? Looks like he clipped Viper's back end there. Is that?
Yeah,
Hey, now you're saying Viper. I'm saying Viper too. Like, is that the nickname? Or
that's his name.
Oh, that's just his name.
I don't know
Okay,
what his
cool.
name is. I see Viper.
All good.
Yeah,
I just realized that. I'm like, oh, maybe I'm being too familiar. I was like, oh,
We could-
me and Viper, we go way back. But,
yeah.
yeah, so he's,
We could start some drama with that.
yeah, well, I think, I mean, the drama's basically started itself. I'm pretty sure Viper knows why he hit him, and it looks like he'll be coming back for, you see that right there? He yelled something out the window. I didn't
Oh, I
catch
did.
it, but look
Yeah.
like they had to blur it for a broadcast. It didn't
Yeah.
seem, I thought he was asking how his mother was, but I don't think that's what, yeah, again, I'm not very good at lip reading. We'll find out later, though, some drama on the track. All right, something to do for these next 49 laps or whatever we're at.
I'm assuming we're going to have some pit stops, but as what happened last time, we've got this guy holding out the pits are currently closed signage. So they will not be able to pit. And let's watch from above. See if the same thing happens, because whoever built this track too, the guy with the flag, you can't see it when you're coming in because he's standing sideways. He's not holding the
He should
flag in
be-
the track.
He should be standing beside the cone, like
Yeah.
behind the cone, safely.
Don't go, guys. Don't go. Okay, they got
Right.
the memo this time.
Yeah, like, no. Nice try, red flag, dude. You won't get me.
See what I mean? Though, if you're
standing there all smug like.
if you're
holding that
coming in,
flag.
you can't see that flag.
No. Is he wearing a red shirt? Look at his shirt's even red.
Oh, you know what we need?
Maybe he's carrying a cooler of beer. Oh, and then you crash here.
I think we need barrel cam. I think that would be
This is
let's zoom that back a
the
bit.
infamous barrels.
Yeah. Okay, we'll lock that down right there.
New hexagon barrels.
Yeah, 2003 barrels saving polygons.
Please take a minute and think about it. Won't you spare the polygons?
Yeah.
Just be, you know what, you ungrateful jerks. Just be happy we put him in there.
Yeah, really.
You're lucky we added shading on them at all. We spent half the budget on the shading on the lips of all these various barrels and cones.
Yeah.
Infield grass that take up another 2 megs of RAM. Like, imagine when you first playing it, if you had like a really, really janky computer, you had the option to shut off everything, right? You could shut off crowds. You'd basically be racing in a void. Would it not be just the cars and the track?
Yep.
And then maybe turn on like 1 or 2 cars around you? You'd have to have at least the cars ahead of you have to be consistently in view, wouldn't they?
Yeah, in your mirror, if you have like 4 or 5, you'd be all right, but you'd want the most cars in front because you'd just see smoke. You wouldn't see cars if they were crashing, you know?
Yeah. So lap 50, and here they come in for a pit, so at least 1 more pit stop under ideal circumstances tonight. A couple people staying out. Maybe to lead a lap. Maybe I'm thinking they're banking on perhaps another yellow in the not too distant future.
Yeah, I noticed that there. Who is that? So yeah, you know what too? Because this series is multiple races. That's Chris Akin.
Getting his points.
Yep, that's it. He's up there to lead. Let me see. He's already led 1 lap. He's 7 laps down.
That's a pretty tidy paint scheme. I like that.
Yep. Sponsored by Josh's
Primary
Eggs.
colors.
Yeah. Primary colors
just,
that clash.
But Clash awesome. Like
Love
that
it.
looks to me, that reminds me 1980s McDonald's toys. They had little transformers that were red, white, and blue like that. They were a spaceship, they were a car, they were something like that. But anyways, they didn't fold into much. But I remember a toy from like as soon as I saw that, I'm like, that's what that reminds me of. Just literally red, white, blue plastic toys. Fantastic. I'll find a picture and send it to you. Somebody out there know what I'm talking about. Like, I had those terrible off-brand transformers that literally folded in half, and like, there's a robot head. Be happy. Be lucky we put a head on it.
I just noticed something here too. This is pretty funny. The people inside the pace car.
Yep.
We have 2.
Oh, it's like rally racing. We got medium left 6, medium right 4. No, I don't think so.
Couple of clowns. Look at these guys. I guarantee you that one dude sounds exactly like Greg Palmer.
Bring your father to work day. Hey.
I think what you should do is drive the pace car.
Is it every car? Or is this a custom one?
No, this is just... There's Jamie Tedder. He's all by himself. Frank Baum, Musa, Keller, Doublesick, 2, Wall, Peacher, Miller, Jordan, Oaks, Viper, Frost.
Now you can
Akin.
customize, obviously these guys customize all their gear, right? Like everyone's got, Akin's got his matching gear and matching his car, all that. To what extent can you customize it?
You can do a lot, right down to the shoes.
Like, can I put like a raptor head? Like, can I put like a change the helmet out and put like a Jurassic Park raptor?
No,
for my head.
No, the model would stay the same. You can just change the texture on the model.
Oh, okay. So,
but like we saw in the Cannon Hinnant tribute race on Saturday, the Batman, the Wayne Enterprises car won, and he was wearing a suit and tie. And his Chevy bow ties. Yeah, and his Chevy bow ties were bat symbols instead of Chevy bow ties. You know, so it was on the car like the the model is there and you can retexture it. So no, you could not put I mean, you could put a Raptor head on it if you made your own mod. Oh, what happened back there?
I do know. Wait and see.
Oh, wow. I lost it. That was a full, that was some full-on wrecking. We had major problem up front. I pushed the wrong button. I couldn't find it. Oh, that guy. Who was that? Holy moly. John Wall in the Zero car. Got a little bit sideways coming, really loose coming off that corner. Holy moly, that car got sideways. He actually almost saved it.
Spectacular rollover knowing that everyone's going to be safe.
Right.
Like, you know what? A mild inconvenience, but I'm looking forward to this.
So watch this. We're going to, oh, he hit the apron. Okay, so by hitting the apron, that set the car off balance. He almost saved it. Got really loose right here.
Oh, shoot. And then that's it.
And, oh, unless somebody righted him, that's going to be a long tow.
Oh, no. Yeah. Somebody should at least have the good decency to slam into him.
Yeah, he towed, so he's going to be sitting on pit road for a little while.
Because if he had no damage, I guess you wouldn't want to hit him. I mean, you could hit him to be a nice guy to try and knock him over.
You could.
But if you hit him and knocked him further around, would the tow truck, would it take longer for him to reset? Or, I don't know, what would be the courtesy there?
I would
But
flip
if I see you on the track like that, upside down like a turtle,
I would flip
and I'm
him.
coming around the corner. Now, if I hit you, I'm going to slow down and lose a few spots. I don't mind because
It's under yellow, though, so you won't.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
So
that tow probably going to take a couple
minutes. Would it affect
minutes.
him negatively if I hit him, as opposed to leaving him
No.
there? Which is going to be the kinder of the two things.
Now with damage off, you could totally bump him, flip him over.
That would be the play. That's what you would do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Totally unrelated. Pull up your text message on your phone. I sent you a picture of those 80s Transformers that I'm talking about. I think you might get a little bit nostalgic for it when you see it, because I'm pretty sure like, they were
No
in Happy
way.
Meals everywhere.
I do remember that.
Right? And that's what made me think of that car. So if you
Dude,
just Google
that's amazing.
McDonald's Transformers 1980 red, white, and blue, if you're
Yeah.
curious to know at home, that's
I had
literally
that-
what I put in there.
I had that one in the top left
The big round flying saucer one.
all day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally, dude.
Oh, man.
I knew you had my back.
Nostalgia. Right in the feels.
Right in the heart muscles.
And that one, like I say, if you look down a little bit in the corner, it didn't even transform into anything. It was a car, and then the arms go forward, and it had little robot pinchers, and that was it. But
What's your
do you remember
superpower?
do you remember what the coolest part about these toys were? Was that they were pull-back toys too. So not only did they transform, but they also pull back, and you could race those things across the kitchen floor, and then eventually lose them under the stove.
Yep.
Because your mom didn't want to move it again because you lost them under there again, or the fridge. And then
Brad, did you lose one of your trinkets under the appliances again?
it's under the stove, Ma.
Ma! I need you to move the stove, Ma.
This
Why
is the
would I
third time
move the
today.
stove? Like I said, every time we do an impression of our mothers, it's just Howard Stern doing an impression of his mother, but she's always in distress.
It's always there. It's horrible.
I can't believe what you've done. Now I've got to get the cat out of the garage to cat the stove away from the wall on the cat. The cat? No, the cart. The cat, that's what I said. I need to get the cat. For some reason, my mom's from Boston.
There we are. Our moms are world travelers.
Right.
Many accents, many dialects. They can
Packerstown
yell at us fluently in three. Oh yeah, sorry. Go on.
as I say, Packerstown in the chit chat. Get the W, Josh 85.
I'm gonna take a little halfway break here. If you want to crank it up and give yourself a break, or are you good?
I'm used to
Hold down the
sitting.
fort.
I can hold it down, man. It's all good.
All right, I'll be back in 2 to 3.
Cool.
I don't want to take these breaks, but the union mandates that I do. So
Yeah. No, it's in our contract.
and I don't want to have to deal with HR again. So I'm just going to take my break, and then it'll just save everybody a lot of trouble.
That HR lady, you guys don't even want to know. You better hurry up, dude.
Yeah, I will.
You got to get out of. You got to punch out like in the next 10 seconds, or she's going to be irate. Irate Nancy will write you up twice and get you that close in demerits to being suspended. So, as Brad goes and tends to whatever he's got to do, he's probably got to mow the lawn. He doesn't have a very big lawn, so he can get that done in 3 minutes. Watching Josh Chu around the track here. We will go from the pace car. Check out what these two guys are doing. Yeah, they're not really doing much other than driving a pace car. It's too bad. We need to give those guys some voices. But anyway, we've got Jamie Tedder first place, followed by Frank Baum, Monty Keller, Josh Chu, Andrew Miller, Garland Oaks, Marty Squire, Viper. Oh, we've got Musa going down the pits. Little late end of the line splash and go right there. Looked like he's just topping up on some fuel. Where were we? Garland Oaks, Marty Squire, Viper, Dick Jordan, Joe Peacher, Roger Nebosic, Chris Akin, John Wall, and of course Chad Frost. As Musa joins the pack again, we're getting ready to go green. You just saw the pace car leaving the track right there. See if these guys can get it going. We'll stay locked on to Monty. Again, sorry, Monty, I do not have your car downloaded for some reason. This track is SMO Speedway, specially textured for SMO gaming simulations, the league you are currently watching. And within that league, we are watching the series known as Josh's Eggs Touring Series, also known as JETS. Fantastic acronym. Don't know if it was a fluke. Good call. As Tedder leads the pack around, as we crank them back up to full speed. You see these guys are using the entire track. Like sometimes on the front straightaway, they dip down below that apron there, maybe to gain a little bit of extra grip. I guess there is grip. Some tracks are built with no grip under that yellow line, which can be hectic. But this one, clearly, there's grip all the way across. Squire tucking right up underneath Monty Keller there on that low line, trying to run down those leaders. Laps led today, won by Chris Akin in the 19, 15 by Viper in the 24, 5 laps led by Josh Chu in the 85, 2 by Garland Oaks in the 67. Dominating this race tonight in the 9-10, Jamie Tedder with, let's play a game. Are you there, Brad?
Yo, yes, sir. I just listened to you talk.
Okay, how many laps do you think out of 59 do you think Jamie Tedder has led?
Oh, this cat, probably. Well, we had a pretty good shifting, but I'd say at least almost 27.
You are a little bit low.
Ooh, 35.
Correct.
Ooh.
Well, technically, it just changed to 36, but yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you sir are wrong again.
You are. I'm like, or is that like your kind of like maybe final answer as he crosses the line? You're like, yeah, that's my 36, you dummy.
Let's go. Yeah, that's pretty
That's domination.
impressive.
Yep. He knows how to get around here. We saw somebody there was blinking a little bit. I don't know what that was. I don't even know who it was. Might also be in combination with the camera angles.
Look at that distance he's already put in between him and the 27 car. Like, he just like find that little bit of speed there. It's like, oh,
It's just on a rope. Like if you can get hooked up coming half, like if you get into the turn and you know when to hit that gas. And these guys aren't really lifting. You just get on that smooth line, you know, and if somebody makes a little mistake, you'll pull away.
Yeah, there you go. He was looking for it there. He almost went 27.
Seeing these guys here, look at they're looking at going 3 wide again back here.
A little bit of a bounce off the apron, but nothing they can't handle.
Nope. 2 solid grooves here, though, man. Side-by-side racing a lot of the night tonight. Certain drivers like certain spots, but you can definitely drive anywhere you want on this track. And this setup, I don't know who made this setup.
It just looked like like some like the snowbirds parting directions. Everyone just get okay, brake left, brake right.
Yeah.
And then people line up again, and they're gonna go great. But yeah, watching from here too, look at the amount of movement, especially that fat middle lane. It gives so much room, or at least maybe more of the visuals of it. Like, oh, okay, these guys are sharing the same lane and getting pretty wiggly here.
I mean, that middle, if you're between those 2 dotted stripes there, you can get 3 cars right in there. So technically this track could be 5 wide.
That would be some late stage insanity that we've yet to witness.
Nobody's doing that, but especially coming off the turns, it'd be really hard to keep that. But, you know, right here.
Look at 4, almost.
Wow. Yeah. And they fan right out in the corners. You can see Viper up top there. And Squire in the 25, they like to really run that high line because they're tight until they get to the turn, and then they really fade away from each other. Like, left and right, I mean, not, you know what I mean? Like, they just like running that top line, I guess.
Gotcha.
But who knows, later in the run, maybe the tires fall off a bit and that top line's no good. 3 wide up front, almost.
Oh, okay, so look at me mispronouncing it. Aiken, so like Aiken, no T.
Oh, is it Aiken? Okay.
Yeah. I think instead of
because I was saying Akin. Yeah.
With an A, yeah, no, I'm only guessing. We'll find out pretty quick here, but
I think it was Brittany.
Yeah, no, it's always good to have some. Always good to have some chat in there, and
yeah, definitely correct.
And if we're saying it wrong, then let us know because we're probably saying it wrong.
We're probably saying it wrong, and I can say it way wronger. I could try.
Yeah.
How could I say it even more wrong? Chris,
you could say you'd be like bacon, but I'm like, dude, there's no B in it. It can't be bacon.
Yeah, exactly. Chris Akine is like, who's he even talking about?
What is this? It's like that Key and Peele sketch where Aaron,
Aaron and Jaquilin.
Oh, come on.
Side by side for the lead. Garland Oaks pulls ahead here. Can he hold him off?
Couple lines forming.
Last lap was led by Tedder, and that one will also be led by Tedder. So Oaks almost got him, but Tedder is dominant on that higher line. Especially coming out of 4, apparently, because Garland actually pulled ahead of him there a couple times during that last lap, but doesn't matter when they come to that stripe.
So just back in the YouTube chat, Brittany was saying that, Aiken. So it sounds like we got it right now. Accidentally
she deleted it. Yeah,
it's her husband driving, she said. So yeah.
Oh,
okay.
Cool.
So she would know best how her name is said, and we'll keep pronouncing it Aiken as long as
I remember.
Like I say, I don't think he was saying it with a T. I think he was saying it with like it was a soft vowel instead of the hard vowel, like the instead of A. So you were saying Akin. Is that what you were saying?
I was saying
Akin.
Akin, like Atkins, but like I said,
you're with the T. Okay, I wasn't sure.
No,
there was no T.
I was saying it like it had a T, but I wasn't saying the T. Does that make sense? I wasn't saying Atkin. I was saying Akin.
All I did was I copied how you were saying it. I'm like, you would know best. I'm just follow along. But anyways, all good. You know what? It's good.
I do have to say, though, Chris has a majestic beard, so I'm going to have to get it right because us bearded people, we stick together.
We have to stick together.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
From the Facebook pictures we're texting each other with, you have your little avatar icon. When you're texting back and forth with people, you can see what they... Mine's a cartoon version of myself, but he's actually got his real face in there. Unless he's just stole a face off of Viking or something.
I never even thought to do the cartoon one. I'm just going to do the one, and then just, that app that just punches you up and makes you look like a Hollywood 9.
Right.
It's going to fix my teeth and the wrinkles around my eyes. And then I'm going to, meet people and like, no, sorry, we're looking for Brad.
Ooh, slaps the wall. Who was that? Did they save it? They did.
Yeah, there's no lights on.
Yeah, they saved it. Yeah, my brother Ryan had a beard like Chris, like just gigantic, like right down the. He had it down like almost to his belly button. It was gnarly.
Oh dang!
Yeah,
that's a lot of work at a certain point, though. Right?
Oh man, yeah, you go through a lot of beard oil.
Right. You got to stop, sign autographs all the time.
Yeah,
People think you're a member of ZZ Top. It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
No, I never got that carried away. Like super long, but decent chin, but nothing too far out.
And I've got curly hair, so mine stays tight, but I just trimmed it all up there too, so I look far more professional now. I kind of resemble the guy, the lead character.
Modern professional. You got to be a broadcaster, a courier. You're a man of many talents. You're an artist, producer, writer, director.
Shucks, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, I could go on. But I'm only paid until 7:45. So,
that's correct. Forgot about that. Damn it.
Yeah. So good night, everybody. Thanks for coming out.
Yeah, Brad's done. We're just watching this battle here. The 19, the 67. We got Chris, and we got Garland Oaks beside him. It's just a back and forth. Like they get a run on the guy, and then it just fades away. Then you get the run back, and it fades away.
It's got to be a lot of.
Accurate.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you can ride behind and get the draft, then you're obviously going to shave a little bit of time off, be able to make that pass. But more than that, I think, at least for me, I would be stressing out the whole time. I think I'm going to be driving worse being at the front of the pack.
Yeah, I'm like that.
Because you're going to be over-analyzing and overthinking everything. Whereas if you're in second place or third, you're like, okay, all I got to do is keep this line and stay behind, and I'll be able to, switch past them. But again, or not, because here he is still holding the front. So whatever he's doing, he's got to figure it out.
Well, and that's the thing. Some of these guys get out front and they just get in the zone and they just hit the marks and they just drive away from everybody.
Like
Andrew caught him.
Be really fast and really wide, and that's it.
Andrew caught him though. We were focused on Andrew a few laps back. Andrew was back in about 5th spot. Now he's right behind Tedder, and Andrew has no laps led today, so he'll be looking to get one. Because you get those 5 bonus points if you can lead at least one lap. And
we got to be
50 laps by Tedder have been led. So he's got the bonus points for leading a lap, and he's also going to get the bonus points for leading the most laps.
Absolutely. These guys are going to have to pit pretty soon.
Yes.
The yellow was around 51, 52.
Yep. Yeah, I was just looking at that too. We are currently on lap number 75.
I think within the next 3 laps, these guys have to be in. Based on my terrible math, I haven't taken my shoes off, so I haven't got up to past 11 yet. But it's got to be pretty close, right? Like.
Yeah, and like I said, Chris fed me the info before the race. I asked him about the fuel window, and he said 22 to 20. What did I write down? 22 to 28, depending on how you're driving the car, right? So you can prolong it, but we are in the fuel window now, and this will be the final stop. If they could do it under green, this will be the first green flag pit cycle.
I've been totally neglectful to even look. Have anybody been replacing tires, or has it been strictly fuel so far?
I think it has to be both. With a almost 28 lap stretch, I'm thinking they're taking tires.
At least, yeah, right? Because I was going to say, even on Talladega, longer one, but when they used to do the 70-plus lap course, when we were first doing it, they had to stop for at least one set, if not more. Mm-hmm.
Talladega is different.
Races.
I think that version of Talladega, too, the tire wear on the track surface is different. Or the fall off is less.
Again, I wasn't even factoring that in, too, because everything is so different. Oh, look at that. 3.
Yeah, man. 3 wide right now in the second row. They are keeping it tight. Squeezed Frank Baum out. Oh, Baum actually grabbed the wall. He's going to hold on to it, though, but he's going to lose all that speed. He's down to
it's almost the
120.
same thing as before. Down to who was that the first time? Did he get caught on the wall too? Or
I can't remember. Yeah, it was somebody
I'm
did
not
it.
sure who it was, but it was the same thing from like $1.80 down to 125. That wall
think it was
just
Tether.
chews up all your speed.
Yeah. Oh, no,
He caught a
another.
piece of them on the back end there, and
Yeah.
these guys are definitely
They're
racing
spinning.
back. Now, do you think Miller's going to stay out and get his 5 points? I think he would probably.
Do we have yellow
Hit on the
flag?
next.
Yeah, we're slowing down. I think we are under yellow flag. Yes, we are yellow flag.
I would think so. Yeah, that was a pretty bad spill. Oh, thank you. Brittany says she thinks I'm hilarious and Blaine's okay. Y'all keep it up. Definitely a big fan. No, she didn't say that part. I'm paraphrasing.
Thanks,
She said
Brittany.
y'all are hilarious. So I'll include you. Oh shoot. So
Thank you, Brittany. And yeah, if you do want to subscribe, it's about $5.
but
YouTube.
tonight usually still the free membership. So tonight, right?
Right. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's free for the next 10 minutes again.
Yeah, the next 2 minutes. Oh,
John
man.
Wall again. He's gone for a ride a couple times today.
Again, this kind of it's a whole different element to this race now, with it being collisions are a setback as opposed to a fatality. We're about like 3 rule changes away from a demolition derby out here, I think.
Yeah. You're not allowed to pit yet, guys.
Oh, what's happening? Was it still red? Did somebody just went in?
Pretty sure it's still red.
Oh no!
See, our
knows? This guy's
NASCAR
red, but what
official
will
must be
So if he
open.
has the stop sign out here, does the other guy with the flag still have the red flag out as well then too? Is that the idea?
Well, no, that stop sign is actually green on the other side.
Oh, so of course, yeah. Sorry, I thought okay. I I didn't give this game enough credit. I just figured it was like, here's a stop sign.
Nope.
Here's like I just figured he had one green paddle, one red paddle. Like I didn't realize that they were.
It's funny. So the
Actually-
reason for that, do you know the reason for him?
In real life or in the
No,
game? I don't know.
in the game and in real life.
No, I don't. I
So
mean,
what-
obviously, so. No, I don't. Go on. I don't even want to guess. Go for it.
So what'll happen is when the cars are on pit road getting service, if the pace car is coming with the pack,
Yep.
he closes the pit exit. He'll turn the stop sign around so that the pack can go by. And then once the
okay.
pack goes by, he'll wave everybody through. So watch, here comes the pace car at the top right corner of the screen.
Yeah, well, I
just-
suppose you're not.
You
You're
can't.
not going to
Yeah.
be turning your neck. You're in the pit lane. You're not going to be like doing a shoulder check, I guess.
Well,
because your head's
and-
strapped into the car.
So watch, he'll switch it to a stop sign to hold everybody back until the pack. He should flip it right here. So he's going to hold everybody
Gotcha,
in the
okay.
pits. So because that just makes sure, and then everybody's clear to go now. Because you
Okay,
don't
no, I-
want traffic coming off a pit road merging with the active pack on the track. So they have to go to the end of the longest line, right? So
That's
the
cool.
reason
No,
for that.
for the reason, just from this angle, looking at him and based on the year of the game, I honestly just thought that in his hand he holds a sign that it's to stop on both sides, and then when it comes time, then like it just blinks it out and changes the color to go. I didn't realize like it's a.
Animation.
There's more thought went into that dude than I expected, because you can see
Yeah.
him move his wrist and the sign flips over. I'm like, okay, it's not like a Excite Bike or Rad Racer. Where
No,
they're just-
his arm just changes.
just like just your arm is just like a new sprite. Go.
Well, it's the same with the other guy we were looking at before, the guy at the pit entrance with the flag. He is the same thing. He's holding a green flag all race, and then when the yellow flag comes out, he pulls out the red
Yeah.
to close the pits. And then the guy on the other end he's basically just like a traffic director guy. He's letting you know that there's cars on the track and you have to wait until it's clear, then he'll let you go out. But like some tracks change that. They take those officials away and they put in light stands instead. So you'll come into there'll be like some pit entrances will have like a big rack across the top and there's flashing
another
green the whole
example.
time. And then when it
Computers
goes,
come to take our jobs.
yep. And then when they close the pits, instead of a guy putting out a red flag, the lights will just start flashing red. So it's a little bit easier. Oh, last minute decision
Late
there by
pit there.
that
I
was
think
Miller.
he's like following the leaders here going, these guys probably know what's up. Oh, it is Miller, yeah. So he's back there too.
Yep. That's probably a good call. We'll see what he does. He's probably just going to get gas. If the car tips one way or the other, he's getting tires, but that's probably just a fuel stop. Yep, just a fuel stop. Cramming as much gas as he can in that thing.
That's a pretty quick stop for fuel, no? Even if like he wouldn't have got like 2 full jugs there, you think?
No, that's just a splash. It's already full. He's just making sure
Oh, okay.
he's at the end of the line. You know what I mean? Like, he's not going to lose any positions by doing it. He's just going to make sure he's going to have no problem now.
He
Full
doesn't want to have
throttle
to
all the
worry
way.
about. Yeah, we're not going to worry about fuel tonight. Let's just get to drive.
And he's
I
in the
can appreciate
window.
that.
Like, he's 18 to go. So here's Nigel and Mortimer, 2 pace car drivers. Nigel is the guy on the left. He's the navigator.
You know, they've been doing this since 1963,
Oh, really?
back when the pace car was just a really, really fast horse.
Right. And they used to ride side saddle because there's 2 of them.
Yeah, well, they were inseparable, as you can see.
Like 2 peas in a pod.
This is us. So they're in a car.
It's pretty much us. This is the Brad and Blaine show. We're driving the pace
This
car.
is
You're welcome.
Yeah, we don't have any beards in the game. Somebody could reskin this guy with some beards, and we're like, yep.
Yeah. This dude here,
We're just shooting the breeze,
he definitely needs a
call this
beard down
race.
to here. Who would be driving
We'll
though
call this-
between me and you? Because really, we're both pretty good.
We can alternate. You're pretty. Well,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
the professional driver. I would.
Well, I guess if we've been driving pace
Tell you what.
cars for 65 years, we probably would take turns.
I'll happily. I mean, if you want to give me a lift to the pub, or at least I'll drive us there, and then you could drive us home if you don't mind staying sober.
Yeah, I'm all good.
yours-
Yeah, I don't need it.
Responsible, like. We just call a cab.
As the official Pursuit Dodge Mercedes pace car Ford Corolla heads to pit road, John Wall and the Josh's Egg Zero, who actually got sideways and brought that yellow flag out, will lead the pack back to the green flag. And here we go. That's the restart zone. That first little stripe is the restart zone. And John controls the restart. And just in case you haven't noticed, this league is single file restarts.
I was going to say that was something different too. I was going to ask you about that. So I'm learning all kinds. That's a league specific thing, or is that like a race? Like, okay.
Well, yeah, like when you host a race, you have the option to set it to double file restart or single file restart.
Oh, okay.
Single file restart puts everybody on the right, and then all lap cars get to drive up to the front on the left. But they won't do that part of it. It just keeps everybody in a straight line. Most
Gotcha.
leagues, they
Okay.
kind of alternate, right? They are all over John right now. Viper is
they are not
letting
giving
him know.
him an inch. Yeah, just like, hey, I'm just gonna keep hanging back here, and then I'll pass you really quick.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey, John, remember me?
what happened to the Folgers there? Did he get a little bit other, or was that just a little glitch on the?
That's an internet glitch on the Folger car. This could cause a problem.
Oh no, Folgers
That
went into.
is...
Oh, it's again. Everyone's okay. Don't worry about it. It's
it's no
I keep
damage.
forgetting. It's spectacular wipeout. Oh, the cat gets through the
no.
smoke and the flames. He gets through unscathed.
Well, everybody can definitely make it now on gas. Yeah, that's basically Squire having internet problems. She
Yeah, you can see him blinking a little bit.
Yeah, see, I think he's gone completely.
Right
There he
here.
is
That's
there.
the worst of it. But he started blinking up on the wall about 10 seconds prior to that, and then
It's like a blender. That's too bad. That sucks, especially. Oh, he's retired his car. Marty
I need to
Squire.
get fiber optics to everybody across North America, across the world for that matter. Everybody should have fiber internet.
So, Brad, about that yellow flag back there, do you think everybody needs fiber optic?
They definitely fiber optic. What are you talking about? Are you crazy?
Yeah. Hey, next
They
time
have people running on copper. That's like run from the 40s and 50s. Some of that stuff, the plant has barely been upgraded. And so, like, all this money been handed out. Like, let's improve the internet. In places they have, but there's still a lot. Interesting thing, like, Vietnam, other countries, stuff like that. Like, I can't believe they have all this, faster internet. Things get destroyed, tsunamis, wars, whatever. At the time, copper is too prohibitively expensive to rebuild with. So they get this new material, this fiber optic, that like you'll have to use this because you can't afford to pay for the copper lines.
Okay.
Well, lo and behold, they figure out how to send light down there, even more so than they did for just telephones. And now everybody's got like gigabit speed for like decades before even North America. We're still farting around on dial-up, and they're like, "LOL, what?"
Jeez.
Yeah. Fiber optic for the win. Get it if you can. It's good if you can get it. Low latency. It is the future.
Well, and like you're
And
saying,
prevents-
it's get it if you can. It shouldn't be an if.
No, at this point, it's basically You need you want to get a job. You need the internet. You want to look for a place to rent. You need the internet. Like it's a necessity at this point. As much as roof, you don't need to say that everyone needs to have a high speed. Like you need 5 gigabits per second, but you need a steady, 100 megabit internet to anybody's house would be more than adequate for the average person's need.
Right.
Unless you're just downloading games like crazy, and then give me that terabyte speed, just
Or streaming.
Second.
Well, if you're
Yeah,
streaming,
right?
you're on the upload. So, like download speed's great, and then there's the upload side of things, which is
That's the
now
thing.
becoming a big
Yeah.
deal because everybody's sending out signals like I am right now, so people can watch this.
But yeah, if you factor the average household for like a high def feed, if you're just streaming or playing a game, if you got 100 meg internet for a family of 4, that's more than enough. Even if you want to download a torrent for like 5 minutes, download the whole thing. Hey, everyone, you got your speed back. And it's fun to have like the faster speed. Of course, like some of the ones now they're talking about, like not just gigabit speed, but they're like 300-400 gigabit like fiber optic speed. And it's, I think more in the States, maybe in some of the big cities, perhaps Toronto. I don't know for a fact,
Really?
but I've read that in the States that some of them,
With 3 gig?
Of let me look it up while we're on the go, because there was something impressive with that. Now I'm just making up numbers.
This next segment sponsored by Brad and his Googling of how much gosh darn data can we push through a fiber optic line.
Fiber can go crazy faster in the US.
Subscribe for more information.
You always have, like, the States always get the good stuff, and then we get some of the shrapnel ones. So, like, yeah, fine. Give those Canadians some fiber optic. Shut them up for a minute. The last time we gave them Doritos and Mountain Dew, and then they were good for a decade. Now they want some of the fiber. So just give them, like, I don't know, give them like 300 megabits a second. They'll shut up a little bit. Go and drink. But yeah, so it always seems to be like, as the States, like, oh yeah, with the Google Fiber is rolling out whatever the new one is, right? Oh, maybe that's what it was. Maybe it was a Google Fiber article or something. It's probably just a big ad too. Like, yeah, this ad brought to you by Google Fiber.
Jamie Tedder from 13th position has been dominating this race, 56 laps led. He's currently in the pits getting full service. He's got a full tire change.
Oh, here you go, dude. What is Google Fiber 8 gig? Google Fiber 8 gig is our fastest speed so far, with up to 8,000 megabits per second symmetrical connection. 8,000 megabits up and down.
Wow.
What? Yeah.
8,000? Like you're 8 gigabytes.
8 gigabytes per second speed. Synchronous.
Up and down.
Sorry,
That's
synchronous.
wild.
Right, so there's no reason for you to upload to me at 720 anymore. This is unacceptable.
See, I'm curious too as to when it comes to internet speeds.
Mm-hmm.
We would be hooped on the more server side of stuff. Like if you were connecting to Steam to download a game, they could control how fast you can, right?
Well, I think it would be more the issue of, yeah, I mean, yes, it would be how much they control, but it would be how much does Steam have to give. So I had it before, like where I've had like 3 or 4 megabytes per second, like big download when I had like some really high speed before, and I could get like a crazy fast. Like I was at like a 500 meg plan on a fiber optic server. There was no 1 gig plan at the time. But yeah, I could pull some pretty high speeds down. So basically, as fast as Steam could offer it, I could download it and then some. Or
Nice.
also depending on time. If it's a brand new game and everyone's downloading it at the same time, I think the servers are going to take more of a load. But if I'm downloading a game from 10 years ago that's not terribly popular, and Steam can throw a gig, 2 gigs of data per second at me. I don't know what Steam's caps are at, but basically as fast as they can send it, you could get it and then some. The other issue that you're going to run into is your network card, because your network card on your current PC is about to go, like the reactor is about to overload. Like
Pace
stuff
car
is going to get
off the track.
Or no,
Yeah,
it's
because
not gonna happen.
you're just
You can only
bottlenecking now
use-
by your hardware, is what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, you can only use most newer network cards are like 100 to 1,000. So you're gonna get like 1 gigabit card, fairly standard.
Mm-hmm.
And an 8 gig card, I don't even know, man. And forget about wireless. Like,
Well, then your motherboard is the bottleneck on that one. Viper
Yeah,
leads
sure.
the pack to the final 10. Final 10 laps
yeah,
of the
back
race.
to the race.
Yeah. That's interesting, though, because that's you just there's going to be a bottleneck somewhere. I mean, I got an 8 gig Ethernet card on my motherboard now. I'm like, yeah, but
Well, like
your
you say,
motherboard
yeah.
still doesn't know what's going on.
The only time I think where I think 8 gig would be insane was if you just from a purely like a pirate standpoint of view, would be like if you were like sharing movies with somebody and you were like, hey, do you want to watch this movie? And you'd be like, yeah.
Right.
And I just put it on the cloud, and then it goes bloop, and then you're just watching it on your side. Like it's just literally like I just chucked you an SD card across the room and you slapped it in your device. Anyways,
Right.
I digress. Let's get back to this. This is some good racing.
Yeah, John just put the run on Viper and actually got him. I was surprised that happened so quick. I thought that was going to be a battle. I thought Viper would give him a run, but looks like John got him hooked up. Now, Tedder is back there. He's got a fresh set on, so he can definitely drive that car. Curious on the tire wear of these guys. The cars in the back of the pack did opt to go down pit road and get new rubber. Tedder, a reason I'm talking about him is because he's dominated this race. He got 56 laps left, but right now he's sort of back there at about 11th or 10th spot. We're watching the battle for first between John Wall, Viper, Chris Akin, and Garland Oaks. Aiken.
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 Hard A.
Aiken. Hard A.
Hard A.
Aiken.
Yeah. It would be Akin if it was 2Ks. That would be a soft vowel.
I mean, the guy
Single
gave me
K.
$1,000 to broadcast this. You think I'd remember his name? I know how to say his name.
You got too busy. You saw all those zeros, and your mind went a little bit sideways. That's all right. I got you. That's why it's a team effort. Yep, little door banging, little how you do in the 93rd lap. 7 to go, and these guys are just getting started.
They're sideways at the back. I don't know if that's going to bring out a yellow flag or not.
Oh.
Nope, green is still up. They went into the grass. Okay. That's why I was kind of, green is still up. That's why I switched the camera angle here because I can see the lights on the wall. They went into the grass and off the course there, so no yellow.
All this jockeying for position so far has been lots of fun, but this is where it really comes down to it to see what is happening. Oh, hits that apron and gets a little wiggly, but
that apron is nuts.
There is a significant amount of bounce on that. Like that must be quite the.
It'll upset the car, that's for sure.
Yeah.
That interval you see on the left of your screen there, surrounded in blue, that's the distance from the leader. So all these guys in the top 10 are a half second off of Viper.
That's insane.
Yeah. John's faded back to about third now. Viper has the lead. Garland Oaks in second.
Oh,
Chris is right there.
The hard block there, right? I said fire across their nose, not up it.
Yeah.
That was That was a little too close for comfort. Look at these guys there.
He lost a little bit of speed. It stacked everybody up a little bit. John likes that high line. He could have got him, it looked like, on the inside.
Oh.
Looks like Bomb is in the wall. No yellow on that. There's the 51 of Roger Nettlesick underneath Chris. He's making a charge. Look at him go. That 51 just gained about 3 spots.
Look at that, right?
If you can hold that line. And look at that.
We're 4 wide.
Tedder. Where did he come from? He was in like 13th spot. He's got fresh tires and he wants that lead back. He's been leading this entire race. If Tedder can make it back to the front, dude. We went green again with 10 to go.
We've just got 3 laps to go, and
yeah,
it changes from corner to corner. I don't even care. I'm glad I don't have any money on this one tonight. I tell you, look at him go. Look, he just finds that speed.
We were under yellow within about 15 laps to go. He went down from 13th position and got fresh rubber on that car, and now he is absolutely driving the hell out of that thing.
Yeah, he wants to the front. You can see that. I mean, so does everybody else too. So let's see what they can do here.
And
he's getting blocked pretty good. Oh,
yeah,
a little bit of apron action.
I think Viper and Oaks opted for track position, so Tedder has better tires.
They're making themselves wide though. They're not really giving him a spot. I don't know if they're working in tandem. Is there any teamwork on this?
It doesn't look like it anymore. We're coming up to the white flag right here.
At this point now, it's all like, you know what? Hey, oh crud! They hung on to that. He was in the wall hard.
Yeah,
green on the top there.
That was a really good save. I thought that was going to be a smoke show for sure.
I thought that was it. No, they kept it together, and we'll see what happens here. Oh, in the wall a bit there. Okay, so Garland making his move. He was trying to make a move, and then Viper going to block him.
Yeah. Final lap, white flag in the air. Tedder fell off a bit. So now it looks like it's between Viper and Garland Oaks in the 67. The 51 of Nettlesick is right there, though.
Yeah.
We're coming around here to the checkered flag.
Oh, it went 2-3. What a finish.
That was you guys, man. This track is awesome. Holy moly.
It's a lot of fun. This is a shorter track, different style of racing.
Race.
Yeah, not often I'm like, sometimes you watch the race and it's like, yep, they're still driving really good and they're racing, and then it's exciting. But in this case, especially everybody was out for it. The last lap was fantastic.
That was really good.
I wasn't talking much, I wasn't breathing much. Just kind of stepped back and,
I really thought Jamie Tedder in that 910 was going to get them. He ended up in 6th position. He came from 13th to 3rd and then just slipped up a bit and lost a couple spots there. But, man, he made sure those brand new tires got used up pretty quick.
Right, and it looks like he's going to use them up again here with this big old burnout.
Congratulations to your winner, the number 25 car of the one and only Viper. You have to say it like that. Viper. Like it's a Karate Kid. Blazer. Turbo. You know, I'm most people use their full names. I like it when the odd guy pops in like Silver Bullet, Viper. You know, like they use like an actual screen name.
I think I'd almost prefer it because I think it'd be, it's a whole set of names less to learn. Of like, yeah, there goes. I mean, unless it's like something catchy like Squirrely Dan or
Squirrely Dan, yeah,
Crazy Dave or something like that. Yo, Crazy Dave in the 14. I don't know, but especially on new ones too. Because when I haven't studied or like I know a handful of people in here, but I'm like, hey, it's a 24. Here's the 88 coming up there.
Do we need to move them up?
Nice. A little checker flag, parking spot. That's a nice touch. I like that.
That's cool. Yeah, it's a little victory lane type thing going on here. Congratulations to Viper. Oh, there's Tedder giving him a little bump.
Yep. Everybody pile in. It's a dog pile.
Yeah. Awesome. We'll save this up, and then we're going to talk to these guys, because what a great race that was.
Absolutely.
I got to make sure I get my export, and I got Chris buzzing me on the Whisper channel. I'm currently typing words. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. What a fantastic race that was. For us to come into a different league other than Talladega Nights with all their different series, and to, you know, people showing interest in the broadcast is super cool. And then they come out here and call a race like that, 100 laps. Probably the longest. I mean, we've had like 3-hour broadcasts before, but that was really fun.
It was. Well, like I said, the constant change of it, and just I guess even just for me, just the change of style of racing, the short track, a lot more fluid, a lot more dynamic. Talladega, you could go laps and nothing changes for the most part. Somebody might make a move, push a line, but you can go. Those super speedways are, again, it's not bad. It's a different style of racing, and it's a slower, more calculated one. This is a lot more haywire. Like, hey, you want to race? Okay, like just go out there and try not to hit anybody. In this case, it doesn't even matter.
Do you want to talk to the guys? Because they're all in here. Wait.
No, go for it. Yeah.
All right, man. We got Mr. Neville. Am I pronouncing that properly?
Yes, you did. Thank you.
Awesome. Third place finish, man. We had a lot of fun calling this race. It's what a fantastic run, man. Especially to the pit windows and just 3 wide, 4 wide sometimes. What's that like from the view of like third place? Because you're all within. I mean, the top. I'm just looking at this here. The top 12 cars were less than a second off Viper. So I mean, you guys were wasting no time getting to the end of that race.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I started the restart there, 10 to go, or a little bit after that. I was in 9th, and it was just everybody for themselves, and it was so much fun. And I'm glad I was able to rebound, because I think that last caution, Tom and I had a good chance of at least keeping a somewhat good finish, and then we just decided, hey, let's go pit. Oh wait, the pits aren't open yet. Oh, we got to go back to the end of the longest line. So, yeah, it was just trying to find some space and hoping the car would work at the very end, because everybody was everywhere, and you just got to try and find out one little spot that nobody was at, and just hope your car would stick, and hope you wouldn't get freight trained, because I would do that at the beginning of the race, and I'd lose so much positions. So I told Tom, I said, every move I've made today so far has been wrong.
Right, and that's the thing. Like we would see guys make that surge, make that pass, and then within a lap or two, they're falling back again, because you just get in and maybe you slip the tires, and then you're done. You know, you just get all that work is out the window.
Oh yeah, I mean, shoot, it wasn't even that. If you were, say, 5 feet the wrong way on entry into either one of those corners, and you lost so much momentum, you were getting freight trained there too, because that happened to me several times.
Yeah, is it a good track for being able to drive kind of anywhere you want, or you really do need to hit those marks?
Well, you needed to hit your marks when we were single file, but once the draft opened everything up, it was definitely a momentum, and it was an ebb and flow. It was sometimes the outside would carry a little bit more speed, and you'd get some more cars, but you'd pass some cars on the inside. But it was the weirdest thing, because the high line was the way to go in the pack in turn 1 and 2, and the low line was the way to go in 3 and 4.
Oh, okay. I was wondering, because we were watching you, and we were actually watching Jamie Tedder in the 910 make a run from like 13th spot. He was right up there with you guys, but same thing happened to him. He just caught a bad little shimmy, and away, he went backwards again. But are you out there helping anybody, blocking anybody, or all you guys just all for one for all, no friends, going for it?
pretty much going for it. Now there's several guys I've raced with for 20 plus years.
Yeah.
And Josh too, I tried to give him a boost early in the race, which I think got him to the lead, but then it cost me like 7 or 8 positions. And then I raced with Chris for a while, but then obviously with 10 to go, didn't really have any friends. I was kind of hoping Tom would stick around and maybe help me, or I could help him, because he and I race at TMP together. And so we thought we were going to at least team up there, but he got turned, and so I was by myself. But it was all for one, but also take care of your fellow driver, because there was a lot of take, but there was also a lot of give, and that made the racing that much more fun tonight. It really did.
Yeah, it was a great race to call. You guys put on a great show, man. So yeah, did you want to throw any shout outs down? We'll move on to Garland.
Yeah, well, thank you to my wife. I always tell her thanks for letting me do this and play these pretend race cars.
Yep.
Shout out to Josh too, and Josh's eggs, because I put his sticker on my race car for a long time. Ski Citrus Soda is a long-time favorite drink of mine. I say I have a sponsorship with them, but I'm just giving them free advertising is all I'm doing. And the TMP Racing League that I normally run at on Wednesday nights. That's really about it. So, hey, thanks for broadcasting the race, guy. I gotta thank Chris and everybody at SMO. I'd be remiss if I didn't do that, for putting on this race and inviting me over here a year or so ago to come run when I could. And I took the opportunity tonight to help. I was at least intending on just filling the field and making sure you had some more cars for tonight, because we all know that the 6 or 8 car TD race isn't necessarily the best. So, but I just hope we put on a good show, and thanks for having us out, everybody, and thanks for broadcasting the race, and hope everybody had a great evening.
Awesome. Is it Roger?
Yes, it is.
Okay, I got R, and then I'm looking. I had the full name, but it was on my other screen, and it shuts down when I shut the game off. So yeah, thank you, Roger.
Yeah,
and nice to meet you, man. 20-year veteran,
Nice to meet you.
like me too. It's weird we haven't crossed paths before.
Oh yeah, we were talking about, Chris and I were talking about it, and I was like, I've been running a little bit of a sim league since the NASCAR 299 days.
Wow.
And I started when I was I'm dating myself here. I started when I was about 14 years old with IndyCar 1. So
Nice.
that's how long I've been playing.
I'm right back there with you. All the original OG Papyrus games using a Gravis joystick with one button. Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah.
I've been there.
Cool. Well, hey, if you want to, feel free to look me up, man.
I might have to.
All right,
Awesome.
sounds good.
Thanks
Nice to
a
meet
lot.
you. Take care.
Have a good night. Garland Oaks, that's a familiar face. Good to see you, buddy. Second place finish.
Brad and Blaine, it's awesome to see y'all. I'm glad that I could come out tonight. I got invited by Josh too. Saturday, he said, come roll with us. And so he threw me a car together with a paint job that I had come up with for next season. And by gosh, here we are sitting on the podium.
Wow, what a run. Like, you and Viper all night out there, just this thing raced like a super speedway. The distance between these cars sometimes, like Brad and I were commenting on it, how close you guys were. And this isn't a super speedway, this is just a speedway, but it looked like super speedway drafting going on out there. You guys are bumping in the corners and stuff.
Oh, this was awesome fun. Yeah, me and Viper come from the back to the front multiple times during this race, and I mean, he just had my number there in the last 5 laps. I could get all the way to his bumper, but I couldn't get under him. I couldn't get above him, and I was afraid to go too far on the outside because I was afraid I was gonna get passed. And so, sometimes you just got to take second and take what you can get.
What was the?
Yeah,
Yep.
Oh, this track is super awesome. It was, you could race high, you could race low. We had I guarantee everybody else had a lot of fun out here tonight.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun to call. There was a couple of cautions, but I mean, really, at the end of it, with 100 laps, you're not going to get through that without a couple of cautions. But it played into the strategies and the pits. Some guys getting tires late. And did you find like tires were falling off at like a certain point in the run, or were you able to run pretty consistent right to the? Because we don't know. We know your fuel window was going to be like 25ish, but were the tires in that same area?
I don't know. I guess I'm so used to saving tires that I believe the tires wouldn't have wore off for 50 laps, and we never got to that point to see if we could come in and out like a Talladega or a Daytona without taking tires several pits in a row.
Oh, okay, yeah. Because I was wondering, because some of these tracks will chew them up. You'll have like your right front will be yellow, 12 laps in, and if you're driving it too hard.
Yeah, Rockingham, but Darlington, something like that, tear them all to pieces. Martinsville, where I'm at, it'll tear it all to pieces.
These tracks are made of sandpaper.
Yeah, concrete will do it.
Yeah, 100%, man. Yeah, that's so. Like I said, yeah, good to see some familiar names out here today. So, if you have any shout-outs you want to toss down, we'll move on to Viper.
Yeah, I'd like to shout out one to Josh too for inviting me. Had a wonderful time this evening. Yeah, shout out to Viper for racing me clean. It was a lot of fun racing him. It's certain leagues you go out there and they don't race very cleanly, but everybody here seems to be the give and take was great out there tonight. Cars really fast. It was really competitive. Shout out to y'all for the great broadcast that y'all put on as always. And I guess that'll be it for the evening. And a shout out to my wife for letting me race all the time. But sometimes I think it's just to get out of her hair. So, but y'all have a good evening.
Yeah,
thank you.
Good talking with you.
Viper, what's up, man? You must be sweating.
Yeah, I am a little bit, and I'm mentally wore out.
Yeah, I can imagine. This track is. Was there any? Did you have to lift going into turns? It didn't really look like it. It looked like you guys were kind of just going full throttle the whole way, or was there a little bit of dragging the brakes in the turns to slow down? How'd that work out?
When I was out front, I was wide open the entire time. When I was in the draft, I barely cracked the throttle, entering turn one, to make the car set a little bit better.
Oh, okay.
Which helped a lot.
Yeah, I forgot about the draft. Yeah, that'll definitely pull you into the turns a little bit quicker. But yeah, that's good then. So being out front was probably the easiest way to drive it.
It was, unless you got a crowd behind you like we had tonight, which everybody was pretty well clean and a lot of give and take. There was a few bumps here and there, but that's super speedway racing for you.
Yeah, what a fun track. We Brad and I were sitting in helicopter view, going, these guys could go 5 wide if they wanted to, because it's a wide track and fast too, 185 mile an hour.
Yeah, it wasn't darn near 4 wide. At least a couple points there, I think.
Yeah, I'm glad I don't think I was in that 4 wide mess there. The most I seen was 3 wide when I was racing back in the pack.
So with all the different... oh, go ahead, Brad. Sorry.
No, I was going to say, even 3 wide at points in there would be more than enough for my nerves.
Yeah, 100%. That's one of those things where it's like it can be done, but you don't want to do it for very long because you're concentrating enough on your, 1 or 2 lines that you might have to use. And then when you're 3 wide, it changes it up so much. I was going to ask too. You guys run a lot of different series here at SMO. Are they all run with damage turned off?
They have been the last couple of years, but their power count's growing again, so that might change in the near future.
Okay. Yeah, because it's fun with no damage. I mean, it's fun with moderate damage too. Realistic's a little bit too crazy sometimes, but it all really does depend on the track. Like I've seen leagues that'll race a combination of cup physics, truck physics, moderate damage, realistic damage, all depending on what track they're on, because it just leads to better racing with certain physics and different damage settings, and it changes all the time. But that's the great thing. That's why we have the options, I guess.
That is true.
Well, that's it, man. I guess congratulations on an awesome run. 30 laps led today, and the win. Walking out of here with 180 points, man. So, congratulations. And if you have any shout-outs you want to throw down, let her rip. And then we're going to go to bed because I'm tired.
Yeah, you're not the only one.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'd like to give a shout out to Chris for painting my car, which is a throwback to the Rex car of Jeff Gordon's from back in 1997.
Oh, wow.
Also want to dedicate this race to Kenny Tedder and William Hawkins, who used to race with us, and both fortunately have passed away over the years. And dedicate this to them.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, that's how long this game's been around. Guys have moved on. But yeah, man, what a fabulous race, and awesome, a very, very entertaining race for us to call live, man. So thanks a lot for your time, and congratulations on the win. We'll see you next week, but I'll be on the track next Monday.
And 4 sounds good. Y'all have a good. Thank y'all for broadcasting.
Thank you.
All right, good racing.
And there is Viper in the 24 car winning the race this evening. And what a race it was. Yeah, I can't, that's a lot of fun.
There was a lot going on.
That track was racy, man. Like some tracks, you know, you get stuck in like a one lane kind of drag race the whole way around. But this thing, guys were up on the wall, guys were down on the bottom, up the middle, 3 wide, 2 wide all night long. You finally catch a guy, you get beside him, and then you just stay beside him for 10 laps. Like that's, like he was saying, Viper was saying, like mentally fatiguing because you've done all that work to get there, and then you're trying to pass and you just can't, you know, because the guy beside you is just as good. And it leads to some very cool, very, very cool, very good, very exciting racing. So
Absolutely. No, that was a lot of fun tonight. Something different than we're used to usually. And like I say, just a chaotic mess and like some great drivers, which is fantastic.
yeah, and like that last 40 to, well, basically after that last pit stop, like that last 30 laps of that thing was crazy, you know, and everything you watch in the first 70 all comes down to that last pit cycle, and you're going, okay, well, what's going to happen here? And this guy's been doing this, and it all turned out so great. You know, what a finish. And Tedder with that run, I thought for sure he was going to get back to those guys, but you know what?
He was hungry for it.
Yeah, he made it. He got up there.
56 laps led. You can't dispute that. Like he had a excellent showing. Chris Aiken had a great showing. Miller, everybody. I mean, at various points throughout there, like was people right at the front. So
I think really everybody on the track, there was 15 cars. All of them got some screen time tonight because there was never a dull moment.
yeah, I mean, not everybody got a lap led, but they were up in the pack and in the mix with everybody else. It was a great pack of drivers out there tonight. So it's good to see. Like I say, fun to call something different, and good to be a part of it.
Yeah, I hope everybody had fun watching, because we definitely had fun calling it, and we know for a fact the drivers had a fun time driving it. So yeah,
well, buddy, let me tell you that they did have fun watching it. Look at that. Check out beneath the Tarnation TV logo on YouTube. You'll see that we have 153 subscribers. And you know what that means? It's time to back that money truck up and
I can
wait
hear
for
it.
that YouTube checks.
Yep.
Thank you all for subscribing, for liking, for watching. It's a lot of fun doing this.
A lot of
it's more fun
interaction.
Group chat.
The interaction is the best part. That's when we,
Yeah,
you
a lot
know,
of-
even if you don't like racing, you want to troll us. We had fun with a troll the other night.
yeah, that was
we can do it all. We can roll with the punches. If you got good things to say, bad things to say, you want to. If we say stuff that's wrong, let us know.
oh yeah,
We're
100%.
we're very amenable.
And it's, you know, I was surprised we got a lot of hits tonight. We usually don't broadcast on Monday, so I wasn't really expecting 80 people to hit this thing, but they did. So thank you very much for
refreshed
doing
it
so.
75 times. I'm sorry.
Oh, see,
That
I
was
knew
me.
it. I knew
That
it.
was me.
You have to keep that a secret,
Right.
man. I was in such a good mood.
That's for after the broadcast.
Ah,
Sorry,
okay.
I'm always
Gotcha.
getting mixed up on what's. That's not for air. That's not for air, Brad. That's right. Okay.
Yeah,
I'll get a hang of this broadcasting thing one day.
one of these days
That's
we'll
good.
figure
It
it
is
out.
fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm happy that there's 5 people watching right now. So thank you for still sticking around for this nonsense.
Yeah, watching us try to figure out how to stop it. But yeah, thank you very much
exactly.
to
Where is the brakes?
thank you very much to Chris and Josh for getting a hold of us to do this SMO Gaming Simulations, the Josh's Eggs touring series.
Yeah. Thanks for Josh here putting it on. Right. That's
Yeah.
the Josh's Eggs Touring Series, otherwise known as Jets. Is that
There
what
it
you were
is.
getting at?
Yes.
I was paying attention.
Yeah,
I was listening,
got it.
and I was out in space when you tried to throw it to me before. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, I can't wait to find out what this acronym stands for. And I was playing along at home, and I was
Whoops.
not participating in the broadcast.
We got other stuff
what's
going
the
on.
answer?
Pop quiz, hotshot.
Oh, yeah.
I already told you.
Yeah.
But yeah, thanks, man. This is a lot of fun to call this. And I guess, yeah, we'll wrap it up. We'll go up there and talk with, Chris is in here. Hey, Chris, what's happening?
What's up, Blaine?
Oh, not too much, man. What an awesome race you guys were having. I heard you whispering to me we were just wrapping up the thing there.
Oh, yeah, no worries. Yeah, that was a blast. It was a great race. Very, very competitive. Lots of fun.
Yeah, that track's nuts. Did you research that track, or how did you find that thing?
So that was actually a track, I only joined SMO back in 2018, but that's a track that Jamie and the guys at SMO at the time had custom made specifically for the league by a guy that went by the name of Spawn. And we tweaked it a little bit over the years, but I mean, just overall, just in general, man, that's a mighty fine track.
So that track was built from scratch?
It was. I guess if you looked at it from the picture I sent you, it's sort of like an oversized Rockingham, sort of.
Right.
But it races more like a super speedway.
Yeah, like Brad and I were watching you guys are almost bump drafting most of the time in the turns at like 185, almost 190 mile an hour sometimes. Crazy.
Yeah, it was insane, especially down on that bottom lane, because it pushed up so much in the corners. If you were the first one in line, it wasn't too bad, but if you were behind anybody, you got that little bit of aero push, and that just made it even worse.
Yeah. How many different series do you guys run over here at SMO?
So right now it's just the two Sunday Night Cup Series, which mostly follows the NASCAR Cup schedule for the most part. And then, of course, the Monday Night Jet Series, and that's just the variety of lesser ran tracks that have been made for this game. And then starting in the winter season, on Sunday nights, we'll be doing the Super Stadium trucks with the off-road stuff. So that should be something
cool.
else. So,
yeah, I've never seen a league run that mod before. That's a rare one.
Yeah, I mean, it's a blast. I mean, I always come in here and do my best to win and be super competitive, but I've been telling these other guys I can't wait to get back to doing that, because we've done that a couple years ago during the off season. Man, that was crazy. But yeah, I wouldn't care if I ran every single race in that series and finished dead last, because I mean, it's just so much fun.
There's custom. I know the mod, but like there's tracks that have been built for it specifically, because I know they do a lot of jumps and stuff.
Oh yeah, so I mean, there's not a bunch of them, but there's probably 8 or 12 tracks or so. I think we had an old admin here that actually took and edited some of the road course tracks like Road America, Portland, Watkins Glen, and added some of the jumps in there. So
nice.
Yeah, it's pretty wild, but yeah, it's a blast.
That's fantastic.
Everyone's more than welcome to come out and join us for that. We would love to have you.
Yeah, how do we find you guys? On Facebook, Discord?
Facebook, yeah. SMO Gaming Simulations, Discord, and as of recently, we just opened up a website, and I'll have to get a link to that. sites.google.com/SMO Gaming Simulations.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and in the description of this video, there's a link to the Discord channel too.
Okay, yeah, I'll have to give you guys a link to put in for the website. But we just went online with that earlier in the week, so that's still a work in progress. But we realized not everybody has Facebook or Discord, so it's time to create a website and put all the results and schedules and links to everything, driver info pages, sign up link, all that. So we're excited to have that, and really hoping to get some new guys on board with getting this broadcast out there.
Yeah, that's really cool, because you can get those, like, those are pretty good free hosts, and then you can just use you could even buy a actual URL for like $15 a year. Like TarnationTV.com is only like $15 a year. And then I link it to a hosting package I have with another website. So an actual URL isn't expensive at all. And then you could tell that URL to go to that one that you currently have.
Yeah, that's really cool. We might have to look into that at some point. But, just for the meantime, we've just kind of wanted to get something out there.
That's cool.
We can get something set up and get people, get the word out and get people to sign up.
Yeah, I always mention that because people think websites are like super expensive. I'm like, if you want the name for 12 months, it's literally like $10, and it's cool because you can,
price of a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
You too could. What's it going to take to get you into this website today?
Exactly.
Slaps the roof of this baby. Just what's up here?
Brad at TarnationTV.com and Blaine's whatever.com.
Oh yeah, I never thought about that. Like, do you have an official email address? Well, I do now.
You could.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, because with the TarnationTV.com, you get emails. I don't use them.
Like a tax write-off or something. We could probably get into some kind of
all $16.
Money.
Yep. Get some of that cold hard cash back. All $3 at the end of the year. Wee-hoo.
Right. Let's see. How much merch did we sell this year? 0.
None.
Oh, fantastic. That's easy.
That's a great number. That's easy. Plug that in. Nothing happened. Perfect.
I'm currently our accountant.
Which we probably fired our accountant because every week here at Tarnation TV, we fire somebody.
Oh, gee.
Well, thanks for the opportunity, Chris. This was a lot of fun calling this race. It was really, really good, really entertaining. You guys put on a great show, and I'll be back on the track with you guys next Monday.
Yeah, we really appreciate it, and you guys do a terrific job with the broadcast. And can't wait to go back and watch it later on. And I mean, I can only imagine how fun it was to watch on the TV because it was an absolute blast to be a part of and be driving in the middle of it. So, that should be exciting.
Awesome. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, we'll definitely see you again. And, you run a good league over here.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate it.
Almost had a podium finish.
Oh, man, trying so hard, but, those guys weren't giving an inch, but that's what you're supposed to do.
Yep. That's it. Yeah, good tight racing, good clean racing too. For as tight as it was definitely really clean racing because it could have just been an absolute nightmare for 100 laps and only have like 4 or 5 cautions. It's pretty awesome.
Oh, for sure. And, hats off to everybody. Viper, Garland, Roger on their top 3 finishes and, everybody else too for just driving a real good competitive clean race. I'm surprised at how calm, it was intense, but it was calm. We didn't have very many accidents, like you said. So, I thought it put on a really good showing and, gave us a pretty good reputation. So hopefully some guys come over here to run with us and check things out for themselves. We'd be more than glad to have you come aboard.
Awesome. Thanks, man. Yeah, when you get that link, send it to me. I'll update the information in the description below to your website.
Yeah, all right. That's awesome.
Thanks a lot, Chris.
All righty, Blaine. You guys take care, and we appreciate it, and we'll catch you next time.
Thank you.
Awesome. Have a good day.
All right, you too.
Chris Aiken. Right. Hard A, right?
Hard A.
Awesome.
I don't do much, but I'll remember.
I do remember that. Yeah, you have to keep me on that one. But yeah, thanks, Chris. Thanks, Josh. Josh'sEggs.co at Josh'sEggs15 on Facebook. Amazing race. Links in the description to everything if you are interested in the league. Discord link is in the description, and we will update that when I get the information with their actual website as well. And of course, like you said too, on Facebook, SMO Gaming Simulations. It's easy enough to find on the old Facebook. But thank you also to on YouTube at White Bat Audio. All the music you heard tonight in the background was by that guy.
Fantastic.
Because we won't get flagged.
Give out credit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we won't get flagged for that because it's all royalty free, which is so cool. But yeah, definitely.
Great, because that fits our budget.
Yes, it does. $0 fits my budget. And the Winner's Circle songs, that was written by Jonathan Berry, my buddy. sent me that track out of nowhere, so we're definitely using that all the live long day. But
Yeah, he's got some tasty riffs.
He's
Check him
got
out,
talent. He's got a drum set, a bunch of guitars, a bass, just plays all the instruments. I was gonna write a song all by myself, show off.
Why not? Yeah, here. Watch this. I'm like, well, I'm gonna do like a somersault. No, he's gonna write a song all by himself. Like, oh, you got me there.
I messed up the standings, but yes, thank you everybody for watching. If you were in fact watching, if you want to subscribe, do whatever you got to do. People know how to use YouTube. We don't need to tell them how to do it. If the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy. Keep your stick on the ice.
And try to have a good day. Like my grandpappy always said, sometimes forget what you're saying.